Chapter 1040. Chapter 1040. Evil God Trade Flame. Sun Island is now filled with intense flame. Qin Yun and Xiao Yume are enveloped by heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, so they are not injured by the flame. The heaven and earth devil sealing goblet could resist the powerful tribulation lightning. The flames here were at most as powerful as the tribulation lightning, so they could do nothing to the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. "Brother, fly towards the heavenly mountain," Xiao Yume yelled. "All right." Qin Yun very carefully flew over. One cannot fly too high in transcending Xianxi region, they can only fly at low altitude. But the flame at low altitude is very intense. Of course, it was very easy for Qin Yun to block it. Very soon, they arrived at the heavenly mountain. There is a huge crater there, the flame below is still surging out. Xiao Yume said with frown, "Brother, we should return. Even if we have heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, it won't be easy to go down." Just as Qin Yun is about to return, he suddenly recalled ninth heaven Xian Sparrow Yang Yang. He hastily took out a very large flame light ball. Is this the ninth heaven Xian Sparrow?" Xiao Yume asked in low voice. "Indeed, I will put her in, there should be no problem, right?" Just as Qin Yun finished speaking, the large flame light ball suddenly flew out of his hand and entered the crater. "She entered by herself," Qin Yun said in pleasant surprise. "It seems like the thing below is very helpful to her," Xiao Yume said with smile. Not long after, a huge flame whirlpool suddenly appeared at the several kilometer-wide crater. A great amount of flame is unceasingly rushing down. "Yang Yang is devouring the flame," Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun and Xiao Yume saw this scene from inside the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet and guessed that Yang Yang is crazily devouring flame. Qin Yun said, "I hope Yang Yang will wake up soon." Xiao Yume said with charming smile, "That little duck will have a great change." "Hard to say. That is a divine beast, it will take several 100,000 years for it to fully mature." Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. Yang Yang's devouring speed is very fast. Not long after, the flame in the crater gradually weakened and the flame whirlpool's rotation speed also became slower. Naturally, Flame Sun Island is still burning with raging flame. Qin Yun and Xiao Yume can only continue waiting. At this time, Su Luan transmitted sound transmission to inquire about the situation. Qin Yun told Su Luan not to worry and told them to wait a bit longer. Although the core had exploded, the amount of energy released was not too much. They would only blow up the heavenly mountain and burn the entire island. There was still a lot of energy left in the depths of the core. The flames on the fiery Sun Island grew fiercer and fiercer. Qin Yun and Xiao Yume have been waiting on the island for 2 days, but Yang Yang still has not come up. Just as Qin Yun was about to head down to take a look, he suddenly saw a purplish gold beam appear. This was a very small bird, but its entire body was shimmering with powerful purplish golden light. "It's Yang Yang!" Qin Yun shouted. The ninth heaven Xian Sparrow had undergone a huge change. Previously, it was a duckling that had just hatched its shell. Now, even though it was the size of a bird, it looked a bit like a phoenix. There were purple and gold feathers on its body, and there were 9 very long tail feathers that flickered with 9-colored light. Qin Yun promptly spread open his palm. Yang Yang landed on his palm and began chirping. "Yang Yang, you are so beautiful, let big sister pet you," Xiao Yume said with smile, then gently caressed Yang Yang's beautiful purplish gold feathers. "Yang Yang also seems to like Xiao Yume very much," she chirped again. "Little Jade Rabbit and little Momo are sleeping, don't wake them up," Qin Yun said with smile. "Let big sister hug you before going back." Xiao Yume hugged Yang Yang and very tenderly caressed the purplish gold feathers on her back. She said with smile, "It's so warm, it's so good to touch. You have suddenly become so beautiful, Momo will surely be very happy to see you." Qin Yun said with smile. "Yang Yang doesn't seem to be able to speak yet," she chirped again. Apparently she is also very happy. Qin Yun placed her inside the first pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Soul, and let Zi Qingqing and Shui Tianzi cut some dragon meat to feed her. Luckily I prepared a lot of dragon meat, it should be enough for her to eat for a while. Qin Yun said with smile. Let's go back. Brother, that evil god said that Yang Yang will die. I am very worried about her. Xiao Yuemei recalled that this adorable little thing will die and suddenly felt very sad. Sister Kiru said that nothing will happen. We must believe in Sister Kiru. Qin Yun patted Xiao Yuemei's head and said with smile. Then he controlled the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet to fly back. Not long after, they returned to Su Luan's large ship. This large ship is very far away from Flame Sun Island, otherwise it would have also been burnt. Qin Yun did not expect that even though Yang Yang has been devouring the energy of the core for the past 2 days, the flames of Flame Sun Island still managed to spread to the sea surface. Raging flames are burning on the sea surface near Flame Sun Island. The temperature of the water is also very high. Sect Master and others are rushing towards River Sun Palace. Now that the heavenly mountain of the 9 sun sects has been destroyed, they want to discuss some matters. It should be the matter of merging. Su Luan said, Venerable Master Qin, I will send you back to 100 Pagoda sect first. All right. Qin Yun is very anxious to return to 100 Pagoda sect. On one hand, he wants to contact Xie Qiru. On the other hand, he wants to see whether or not he can make Kong Feiqing's Gemini Heavenly Rune split into another Gemini Heavenly Rune. Qin Yun and Yao Feng already discussed the matter of Evil God. Yao Feng only said that Evil God will not make Qin Yun do anything too dangerous because it is very difficult for Evil God to find qualified subordinates. They will not be easily killed. These past few days, Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei have been staying in their room on the large ship. Xiao Yuemei is fiddling with the God communication spirit, while Qin Yun is holding the devil horn and communicating with Evil God. Evil God, I have the God communication spirit. Do I also need to be filial to other gods? Qin Yun asked. You only need to listen to my orders. Other gods will only tempt you to make sacrifices and then agree to help you with some small matter. If you believe them, you will surely go around killing people to make sacrifices. Just trust me. Evil God said with evil grin. Evil God, you must not make me do something utterly devoid of conscience. Qin Yun said. Your soul can be considered pure. A person with such pure soul can listen to my evil God's orders. I will surely use you for other things. Rest assured, I will not let you do anything that will pollute your pure soul. Evil God finished speaking and suddenly laughed evilly. In the past, the people that the evil God would possess were all extremely evil. Only then would the evil God be able to control them and make them stronger. However, there are many such people. Evil God already feels that it is very boring. Now, not to mention that Qin Yun's soul is pure, he also possesses formidable power. This is different from other subordinates of Evil God. Evil God, Yuemei also has the God communication spirit. Will she be all right? Qin Yun asked with some worry. Let's see if she can resist the temptation or not. If she can't resist the temptation and follow those messy gods' orders to make sacrifices and kill a large number of people, then she will be in trouble. Evil God said with sneer. Although I am called Evil God, those messy gods are also not good birds. Then what do you want me to do? Qin Yun asked. I am now in spirit desolate, this place is about to be exterminated. If you want me to do something, I don't have much time. Extermination is about to reach spirit desolate? I wonder when will I arrive in divine desolate. I am truly looking forward to it. Ha ha ha. Evil God laughed heartily. Qin Yun very much wants to throw away the devil horn because he really hates Evil God's laughter. But he is worried that he will vent his anger on Evil God and cause him and Xiao Yuemei to be retaliated against. Little demon, after you have settled down, if I have something suitable for you to do, I will inform you. During this period of time, properly resist the world extermination heavenly calamity, don't die in the heavenly calamity. Evil God finished speaking and no longer spoke. Qin Yun stored away the devil horn and felt a bit relieved. At least evil God will not let him do anything bad. He knocked on Xiao Yuemei's door. Come in. Xiao Yuemei lightly yelled. She is holding a small mirror in her hand. Qin Yun said with smile. Yuemei, is there a reaction from that God communication spirit? Xiao Yuemei nodded and said with smile. There is a guy who calls herself the beauty god. From her voice, it sounds like an old woman. She said that she can make me very beautiful, but I must follow her instructions and make a sacrificial altar. Then I must kill 1,000,000 people and sacrifice them to her. Yuemei, don't act recklessly. Qin Yun said anxiously. Brother, I have this, I won't act recklessly. Xiao Yuemei shook the mirror. The overwhelming righteous martial spirit appeared inside. She said with smile. I won't turn bad, otherwise you will also hate me. Qin Yun hugged her and said with smile. If you turn bad, I won't know how to explain it to Yuelon. You just need to swindle that scoundrel, don't kill innocent people. Got it. Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile, then kissed Qin Yun's forehead. I am already very beautiful, how beautiful can that beauty god make me? It is not reliable at all. Oh, that's right, apart from beauty god, are there any other gods? Qin Yun asked. There is also some good luck god. She said that she can make my luck better, and also make me sacrifice people. Xiao Yuemei said with smile. Brother, you are my good luck god. When I am together with you, good luck comes rolling in. Qin Yun pinched her face and said with smile. Remember, don't listen to those messy gods, they will only make you kill people. Xiao Yuemei solemnly nodded her head. I will definitely remember. Soon after, she somewhat anxiously said, Brother, I am worried that evil God will turn you bad. Evil God just said that he would never taint my pure soul. He said that I am very useful to him. Qin Yun said with smile. I am a very good person, evil God also doesn't want me to become bad, ha ha ha. Xiao Yuemei also felt a lot relieved. More than 10 days later, Su Luan's large ship is flying in the sky of Xian Domain. Its speed has become a lot faster and it is now flying towards 100 Pagoda Sect. As they are approaching 100 Pagoda Sect, people on the ship heard a burst of evil voice coming from the distance. Chapter 1041. Chapter 1041. Pure Sun Thunder Sect. Su Luan heard Ghost Beast Overlord's voice and said, Venerable Master Qin, you and Miss shall return first. We will immediately go investigate the situation of Ghost Beast Remote Lake. When other 9 Sun Sects arrive, we will immediately attack and capture Ghost Beast Overlord. Alright. Qin Yun nodded. Ghost Beast Overlord has attacked several times since Qin Yun left 100 Pagoda Sect. Luckily 100 Pagoda Sect's barrier formation is very strong and can resist the attack. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei left Su Luan's ship, passed through 100 Pagoda Sect's barrier formation and returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. Granny Star is not here, she has gone to attend a meeting. At the first floor of Star Traveling Pagoda, Yi Yaoxue, who is wearing blue and white clothes, is drinking tea with her legs crossed. She is now wearing light battle attire, making her elegant and graceful appearance appear somewhat heroic and also have a trace of charm. Big Sister Yi. Xiao Yuemei ran over and stroked Yi Yaoxue's soft ponytail hair. She said with smile, How come you are so free? Don't you want to go into seclusion? Yuemei, I also want to go into seclusion. But Ghost Beast Overlord has attacked again and again. As the chief disciple of Star Traveling Pagoda, I must prepare for battle at any time. Yi Yaoxue faintly sighed, then raised a dessert high in the air. Xiao Yuemei opened her mouth and bit the dessert. She said with charming smile, Many thanks Big Sister Yi who made this. It is so delicious. Big Sister Kong and Yan Yan made it. Yi Yaoxue said with gentle smile. Did you have any harvest in transcending Xian Sea region? great harvest. Xiao Yuemei said with smile, and then looked at Qin Yun. Selling talismans made my hands cramp. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Don't worry about Ghost Beast Overlord, when the time comes, 8-9 sun sects will come to help. Yi Yaoshua stood up in amazement, she doesn't dare to believe this. Is this true? 8-9 sun sects will come to help? Isn't Ghost Beast Overlord too pitiful? Xiao Yuemei said with smile. My brother is a venerable master, even 9 sun sects must show him some respect. Awesome, my man. Yi Yaoshua gently smiled and caressed Qin Yun's handsome face. Big sister Yi, aren't you just pretending to be his concubine? My big sister is the main wife, you still have to pass her test. Xiao Yuemei said with smile. Yuemei, when the time comes, you must put in some good words for me. Yi Yaoshua giggled and said. It is unknown whether she is joking or serious. As she spoke, she fed Xiao Yuemei another piece of pastry. Xiao Yuemei felt that it was very delicious and nodded her head in agreement. Qin Yun felt that if Xiao Yuelon knew about this, she would definitely pinch her younger sister ruthlessly. Xiao Yun, Granny Star went to First Pagoda. First Pagoda's Fang Rutian invited people from Pure Sun Thunder sect to help deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. Although Jian family sword cultivators are very strong, Ghost Beast Overlord's overall strength is far beyond our imagination. Yi Yaoshua said. Pure Sun Thunder sect is a big sect in Xian domain, they are very strong. Jian family people are also unable to exterminate the Ghost Beast Overlord? Qin Yun asked. At most they can only repel the Ghost Beast Overlord, but this is not the way. Fang Rutian has good relationship with Pure Sun Thunder sect, so he invited them. Granny Star also said that Pure Sun Thunder sect's price is not low. Yi Yaoshua said. Alright, let's go to Pure Sun Thunder sect now. Qin Yun said. I won't go, I want to play with Sister Tian Tian and also Sister Kong, I want to eat her pastry. Xiao Yuemei said with smile, then entered the Starry Sky teleportation formation and left for Star Picking Pavilion. Let's go. Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. He left Star Traveling Pagoda and flew towards First Pagoda with Yi Yaoshua. Xiao Yun, my heavenly rune martial spirit has a bit of a situation, when we return, help me take a look. I can sense that my heavenly rune martial spirit and I have a kind of telepathic connection, blood vein connection, but this feeling is not clear enough, it is still very vague. Yi Yaoshua said. All right. Qin Yun is slightly startled and nodded. Yi Yaoshua's heavenly rune martial spirit is also the focus of his research. According to his and Ling Yun'er's speculations, as Yi Yaoshua's cultivation unceasingly increases, her heavenly rune martial spirit will also gradually evolve. If it is like Kong Feiqing's Gemini heavenly rune, it can evolve and form its own spirit, then Qin Yun will know what use Yi Yaoshua's heavenly rune martial spirit has. Not long after, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua arrived at the entrance of First Pagoda. The people at the entrance saw Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua arrive and promptly stopped them. You don't seem to be First Pagoda's people. Yi Yaoshua saw that the guards at the entrance are very unfamiliar and said in cold voice. Pagoda Master Fang has ordered that no one is allowed to enter. Quickly leave. The guards at the entrance said in cold voice. I am Yi Yaoshua. Yi Yaoshua saw that the guard's attitude is very bad and shouted. You are not disciples of my 100 Pagoda sect, what right do you have to stop us from entering? Yi Yaoshua? A heavenly daughter who has become someone's concubine? A guard said with sneer. You can be rude and unreasonable in 100 Pagoda sect, but that doesn't mean we are afraid of you. We are indeed not disciples of 100 Pagoda sect, we also don't care. We are from Pure Sun Thunder sect. Yi Yaoshua, obediently go back and become someone's concubine, why did you come here to join in the fun? Oh that's right, I heard that your man is very awesome, he is some venerable master. TCH. If he was so awesome, your 100 Pagoda sect wouldn't need to ask our Pure Sun Thunder sect to take action. Ha ha ha. Pure Sun Thunder Sect's disciples are truly capable, running over from far away to guard the entrance of First Pagoda. What kind of spirit is this? Stupid dogs are only SOSO. Qin Yun faintly smiled. Who are you? Are you insulting us? That middle-aged man from Pure Sun Thunder Sect furiously said. We are honored guests invited by Fong Rutian. Fong Rutian said that if anyone dares to humiliate us, we can attack them at will. I am just ridiculing you. Didn't you ridicule us just now? Naturally, if you think that I am humiliating you, you can attack me. Qin Yun said with chuckle. Yi Yaoshua took out a red long saber, stood in front of Qin Yun, and said in cold voice, You two dogs, if you have the guts, attack. He is the pagoda master of Star Traveling Pagoda. If you dare attack him, I will chop you into pieces. Yi Yaoshua, who looked very delicate and charming just a moment ago, has now become ice-cold and fierce. Her transformation is so fast that it caused those two Pure Sun Thunder Sect's disciples to be amazed. Your 100 Pagoda sect is facing imminent disaster, yet you are still so arrogant. You insulted us, we will also not be polite. That middle-aged man thinks that only his Pure Sun Thunder Sect can save 100 Pagoda Sect, so he is not afraid of Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua. However, just as he was about to attack, Shin Beijian arrived. Impudent! Shin Beijian's shout shook the two Pure Sun Thunder Sect's disciples and caused them to vomit blood and scream miserably. These two disciples are only martial emperors, and Shin Beijian is a very valiant sixth tribulation half-immortal. Your 100 Pagoda sect is very good. You clearly need our help, yet you are so disrespectful. Just wait for us. That middle-aged man vomited blood and promptly rushed into 100 Pagoda sect to find Fong Rutian. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Shin Beijian on his way here. Seeing Qin Yun return, Shin Beijian let out a sigh of relief and asked, Pagoda Master Qin, how is the progress? Very smooth. Senior Su's ship is already heading towards the Ghost Beast remote lake to investigate. Qin Yun said with smile. Rest assured, the matter of Ghost Beast Overlord will be settled very quickly, we don't even need to take action. Shin Beijian said with smile. This is for the best, so that we don't have to suffer the wrath of Pure Sun Thunder Sect. You saw it just now, those two dogs actually dared to be so rude and unreasonable. It is all because of Fong Rutian's indulgence. Yi Yaoshua said in cold voice. Fong Rutian wants to borrow the power of Pure Sun Thunder Sect to suppress us? Shin Beijian nodded and said, Fong Rutian's relationship with Pure Sun Thunder Sect is very good. Now they let Pure Sun Thunder Sect's people come here, and even let them operate inside 100 Pagoda Sect. It is clear that they want to collude with Pure Sun Thunder Sect to control 100 Pagoda Sect. The matter of constructing Starry Sky Road is very secretive. Fong Rutian and Pure Sun Thunder Sect don't know about it. They also don't know about the secret transaction between Qin Yun and 9 Sun Sects. Therefore, they believe that Qin Yun and Shin Beijian will not be able to deal with Ghost Beast Overlord. If Fong Rutian can deal with Ghost Beast Overlord, he will be able to regain his prestige. Pagoda Master Qin, those friends from Jian family are very awesome. They used a lot of effort to repel Ghost Beast Overlord's sneak attacks. Let's go, I will bring you to the conference hall, Shin Beijian said with smile. Yi Yaoshua and Qin Yun followed behind Shin Beijian and arrived at the spacious and luxurious conference hall. There are many pagoda masters, elders and chief disciples of 100 Pagoda Sect inside. Then there are Pure Sun Thunder Sect's sect master and other people. Pure Sun Thunder Sect's sect master's name is Lei Xiaowei. He looks very old, there are many layers of wrinkles on his face. His complexion is dark. His body is very thin and small, but lightning is throbbing inside his eyes from time to time. His aura is also very formidable. Lei Xiaowei saw Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua arrive and said with sneer, Pagoda Master Fong, this must be the influential person of your 100 Pagoda Sect, right? Fong Rutian groaned and said, "It is this guy who has enmity with Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain and Golden Sun sect, causing us to be isolated and helpless, causing us to face the threat of Ghost Beast Overlord. Fang Zhijin is also here," he furiously said. "We should kick this guy out, he only knows how to stir up trouble. Just now he bullied 2 martial brothers of Pure Sun Thunder sect. Quickly kick him out. If it were not for him, our 100 Pagoda sect would not be like this." "Shut up!" Shen Beijian furiously rebuked. "Who do you think you are? What right do you have to speak like this to a pagoda master?" Qin Yun is actually very calm. He looked at the pagoda masters and said, "I just returned from transcending Xianxi region. I have invited very strong helpers, among them are 9 sun sects. They will help us deal with Ghost Beast Overlord." "Ha ha ha. Who will believe your nonsense? You want to ruin our cooperation with Pure Sun Thunder sect, right?" Fong Rutian laughed loudly and said. Lei Xiaowei also said with smile, "This pagoda master Qin is truly fond of telling jokes. Oh, that's right, didn't you say that you want him to take out most of the Regent Origin stones?" Fong Rutian promptly said, "Indeed. He won so many Regent Origin stones from Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. Now that our 100 Pagoda sect is facing such a great crisis, his responsibility is the greatest. It is all because of him that we cannot obtain the help of Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain and Golden Sun sect." Chapter 1042. Reinforcements have arrived. "Do you really want me to pay?" Qin Yun looked at other pagoda masters. Other pagoda masters of 100 Pagoda sect are just watching from the sidelines. They don't dare to offend Qin Yun, otherwise they won't be able to use Mysterious Penetration Dao Talisman anymore. Moreover, Qin Yun is a soul-refining inscription master. Everyone has seen his soul-refining technique with their own eyes. He very easily carved sword totems on Xie Wufeng. If they offend Qin Yun, they can forget about finding him to refine or refine tools in the future. Of course, they also don't want to offend Fong Rutian. Although First Pagoda is weak, it is still First Pagoda. Only if Shen Beijian of Divine Sword Pagoda can repel Ghost Beast Overlord can Divine Sword Pagoda become First Pagoda. And now, Ghost Beast Overlord has attacked several times. Shen Beijian can only passively defend. He is completely unable to destroy it. Other pagoda masters are also not saying anything. They have a tacit understanding to remain neutral. As long as they remain neutral, Qin Yun won't blame them. After all, this is their current situation. Fong Rutian is very angry in his heart. He originally thought that he could summon hundreds of people. I already said that I have already gone to Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain and reached an agreement. They will soon come to deal with Ghost Beast Overlord. Qin Yun looked at Lei Xiaowei and said, "Sect Master Lei, you can go back. Many thanks for your good intentions." Fong Rutian yelled, "Don't believe him. If Sect Master Lei goes back and Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's people don't come, what will we do?" Lei Xiaowei looked at the pagoda masters and said with sneer, "Why don't you dare to say anything? Could it be that you want to entrust the fate of 100 Pagoda sect to a little demon who is not even a half immortal?" Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, "If you want Pure Sun Thunder sect to help, I have no objection. But if you want me to take out 4,000 high-quality Regent Origin stones, no way. I will not even take out a single Regent Origin stone." "Impudent! You are a member of 100 Pagoda sect. You should contribute your strength," Fong Rutian yelled. "Qin Yun, your star-traveling pagoda has so many people, every year you get several thousand Regent Origin stones. What's wrong with you taking out 4,000 Regent Origin stones? How about we wait a few more days for Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's people to arrive?" Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. "Now it seems like the fate of 100 Pagoda sect is truly in my hands. It seems like only I can take out Regent Origin stones. Since that's the case, why won't you listen to me? Just wait a few more days, just wait a few more days. When the time comes, You will definitely become food in the stomach of the ghost beast overlord. Lei Xiaowei's expression slightly changed. He yelled, "Quickly make a decision. If you don't give me 8,000 Regent Origin Stones, we will leave today. If you invite us again, it will be 16,000 Regent Origin Stones." Fang Rutian glared at Qin Yun and said in deep voice, "Qin Yun, quickly take out 4,000 Regent Origin Stones. Give it to me if you want. I earned those Regent Origin Stones with great difficulty. Why should I give them to you?" Qin Yun is also extremely furious. His voice is ice cold. He looked at the pagoda masters and yelled, "Pagoda masters who believe in me, when the time comes, not only you won't need to pay a single Regent Origin Stone, you won't even need to participate in the battle. We believe Pagoda Master Qin," Shen Beijian said. Soon after, pagoda masters expressed their stance one after another, saying that they believe in Qin Yun and are willing to wait for a few more days. Fang Rushan's expression is unsightly. He furiously said, "Are you all rebelling? I am a senior elder of 100 Pagoda sect for many years. You don't believe me and instead believe this little demon who just entered 100 Pagoda sect not long ago." An old man said, "Pagoda Master Qin did not ask us to take out our Regent Origin Stones, we believe him. And your first pagoda has so many Regent Origin Stones, yet you want us to take out our share. We are already very poor." An old granny coldly groaned and said, "Your first pagoda is famous for swindling people. You tricked many disciples to kill ghost beast emperors. On top of that, you only remembered that we are a part of 100 Pagoda sect after encountering this kind of situation. Why didn't you think of us when you had benefits?" Indeed, Pagoda Master Qin is a soul-refining inscription master. If he did not expose the secret of ghost beast emperors, we would not have known that we could obtain Regent Origin Stones like this. Your first pagoda hid it from us for so long just to monopolize the resources of ghost beast emperors. On top of that, you let people from other sects enter 100 Pagoda sect to show off your strength. Pure Sun Thunder sect's disciples are all extremely arrogant, they are all riding on our heads. These few pagoda masters are all people who have been bullied by First Pagoda before. Now they are not afraid of retaliation because they have Divine Sword Pagoda to help them. Lei Xiaowei said with sneer, "I won't hide it from everyone, my Pure Sun Thunder sect is a subordinate sect of 9 Sun sect Thunder Sun sect. We have the power to deal with Ghost Beast Overlord, only we can suppress Ghost Beast Overlord. If you believe Qin Yun's words, it will be too late for regret." He did not even mention the arrogance of his own sect's disciples. Just as he finished speaking, he took out a sound transmission magic tool and received the information inside. Not long after, his expression slightly changed. He laughed loudly and said, "Everyone, I just heard that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain has exploded." This caused everyone to be extremely shocked and bewildered. Lei Xiaowei looked at Qin Yun and laughed loudly. "I am afraid Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain will not come." An old man looked at Qin Yun with frown and asked, "Pagoda Master Qin, is this true?" "Indeed. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain has exploded." Qin Yun deeply inhaled and said again, "But they have all left Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain, they will arrive very soon." Lei Xiaowei said with sneer, "Nonsense. If Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain wants to move, how can they move to this place? They will surely find a new place to stay in transcending Xianxi region." "Qin Yun, your mouth is full of nonsense, you just don't want to hand over Regent Origin Stones. Whether you believe it or not, I will not give you a single Regent Origin Stone." Qin Yun finished speaking, then walked towards the door and said, "I will leave first." Fang Rutian and a few elders hastily rushed over and blocked Qin Yun's way. "If you don't hand over 4,000 Regent Origin Stones, don't even think about leaving. Our 100 Pagoda sect is facing a crisis, and you have so many Regent Origin Stones, you must hand over 4,000. Fang Rutian said in deep voice. "Keep dreaming." Qin Yun furiously said. Shin Beijian also walked over, took out his origin sword and said in cold voice, Fang Rutian, you are plundering. Lei Xiaowei said, Pagoda Master Fang, if you need help, my Pure Sun Thunder sect will surely help you. Fang Rutian yelled. Our 100 Pagoda sect is in deep crisis. These guys are so selfish and not willing to help. They want to destroy our 100 Pagoda sect. Sect Master Lei, quickly help me capture these traitors. The meeting hall immediately became filled with crossbows and swords. Lei Xiaowei laughed loudly and said, Pagoda Master Fang, only you are fit to be sect master of 100 Pagoda sect. He, Shin Beijian, is not fit to be sect master. I only recognize you as sect master of 100 Pagoda sect, Fang Rutian. Fang Rutian said with smile, Many thanks for sect master Lei's appreciation. Rest assured, I will surely help you eradicate the evil traitors of 100 Pagoda sect. The formidable sixth tribulation half-immortals beside Lei Xiaowei are all filled with killing intent. The one who is the most furious is Shin Beijian. Because everyone can see that Fang Rutian is colluding with outsiders to force Shin Beijian to step down. At the same time, they want to force Qin Yun to hand over the Regent Origin Stones. Do you want to fight? Shin Beijian is holding his Origin Sword. His threatening sword aura collided with Lei Xiaowei's fierce thunder and lightning aura. It is you who are not cooperating. Fang Rutian said in cold voice. Qin Yun hand over 4,000 Regent Origin Stones, everyone gather 4,000 Regent Origin Stones and Pure Sun Thunder sect will help us eradicate the Ghost Beast Overlord. And I will be the new sect master of 100 Pagoda sect. My first pagoda is still first pagoda. Fang Rushan's words are very clear. They are adamant that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain will not come. Moreover, as long as they force Qin Yun to hand over the Regent Origin Stones, the rice will be cooked. Qin Yun already sent sound transmission to Su Luan, telling him to come back quickly. If they fight with Lei Xiaowei and others now, there will surely be casualties. Most of the pagoda masters of 100 Pagoda sect don't believe Fang Rutian. But Fang Rushan's first pagoda has joined hands with the formidable Pure Sun Thunder sect, so no one dares to say anything. Otherwise, with Pure Sun Thunder sect's current strength, they would surely suffer great losses. 100 Pagoda sect cannot bear great losses because there is still Ghost Beast Overlord outside. Now many pagoda masters are even more furious in their hearts. They hate Fang Rutian even more. Because Lei Xiaowei and others were let in by Fang Rutian. Shin Beijian is also very angry. He is so angry that the flesh on his face is twitching. If they fight, maybe half of the pagoda masters here will die. Fang Rutian laughed loudly and said, You should know what to do now, right? Qin Yun suddenly said, I am willing to pay 4,000 Regent Origin Stones. But I have one condition, Lei Xiaowei must prove his strength. We have not seen Lei Xiaowei's strength with our own eyes, why should we believe that they can kill Ghost Beast Overlord? All the pagoda masters nodded repeatedly. Then how do you want me to prove my strength? Lei Xiaowei asked. Your Pure Sun Thunder sect must kill 1,000 Ghost Beast Emperors within 3 days. Qin Yun said. Qin Yun, this kind of thing is impossible, don't continue to cause trouble. Lei Xiaowei said in deep voice. Our Pure Yang Thunder sect's Pure Yang Thunder Lightning specializes in killing evil devils. This is something the entire Xian domain knows. There is no need to prove anything. At this time, Qin Yun's sound transmission magic tool responded. Su Luan has returned from the Ghost Beast remote lake. Qin Yun said, Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain Senior Su has arrived. They are outside the 100 Pagoda sect's great formation. Fang Rutian said with sneer, You want to use this chance to escape? If you return to Star Traveling Pagoda, we won't be able to catch you. Just as Fang Rutian finished speaking, a middle-aged man hastily rushed in and yelled, Pagoda Master, Flame Sun Heavenly Mountains people are outside the barrier, they want to see Pagoda Master Qin. The conference hall immediately became completely silent. Other pagoda masters are secretly happy because Qin Yun is telling the truth. Lei Xiaowei, Feng Rutian and others' expression became incomparably unsightly. They hastily sent sound transmission to discuss countermeasures. Chapter 1043. Return of the Ghost Tyrant Su Luan arrived with 2 sixth tribulation half-immortals. As soon as they entered the conference hall, Feng Rutian, Feng Zhijin and Lei Xiaowei immediately welcomed them with smiles on their faces and greeted Su Luan enthusiastically. Everyone looked at them with disdain, because just now Lei Xiaowei said that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain has been blown up and he will not come. Senior Su, welcome to our 100 Pagoda sect. I am the sect master of 100 Pagoda sect, Feng Rutian. Last time, it was all because of that bastard Qin Yun's tricks that he won against you and caused you to suffer heavy losses. Feng Rushan's face is filled with hypocritical smile. He glared at Qin Yun and said again, I hope the friendship between our 100 Pagoda sect and Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain will not be affected because of Qin Yun. Lei Xiaowei also hurriedly cupped his hands and bowed, saying, I am Lei Xiaowei, the Pure Yang Thunder Sect's sect leader. Greetings, Senior. The 9 Sons sects were very powerful to begin with, and they also possessed a large number of martial arts technique. Therefore, all the sect masters of the Xian Domain's sects are incomparably respectful towards them. Su Luan's expression is very gloomy. He does not want to bring up the unpleasant matter between him and Qin Yun again. Yet Feng Rutian brought it up again. Lei Xiaowei looked at Qin Yun and furiously said, Qin Yun, quickly apologize to Senior Su and hand over the runes of the mysterious penetration Dao talisman to express your apology. The other pagoda masters began to worry, because Su Luan's complexion became even more gloomy, making people feel that he is angry. Seeing Su Luan walking towards Qin Yun, Lei Xiaowei and Feng Rutian secretly rejoiced. They believe that Su Luan is going to teach Qin Yun a lesson. Grandmaster Qin, I haven't even reached the Ghost Beast remote lake, but you called me back. What's the matter? What is going on with these people? Su Luan looked at Feng Rutian and Lei Xiaowei and frowned. Hearing Su Luan call Qin Yun Venerable Master Qin, Lei Xiaowei and Feng Rutian suspect that they misheard. When they saw how respectful Su Luan is towards Qin Yun, they became even more frightened. The other pagoda masters were dumbstruck too, their hearts filled with astonishment. Not long ago, Qin Yun fought with Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain to the death. Su Luan suffered a great loss and lost several tens of thousands of Regent Origin stones. But not long after, Su Luan's attitude towards Qin Yun has completely changed. Lei Xiaowei's legs trembled as he stared at Feng Rutian with wide eyes. Feng Rutian is also extremely flustered. He really did not expect that Qin Yun would truly reconcile with Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. Qin Yun slowly said, Senior Su, this sect Master Lei wants to help our 100 Pagoda sect deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. He wants our 100 Pagoda sect to pay 8,000 high-quality Regent Origin stones. And this pagoda master Feng thinks that I have too many Regent Origin stones in my hands, so he asked me to pay half, that is, 4,000. Then I said that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain will come to help, we don't need to do anything, and they won't take our Regent Origin stones. But they said that the Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain exploded, and that the Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain doesn't have the strength to eliminate the Ghost Beast Overlord. Lei Xiaowei shivered from head to toe, however. He immediately recalled that the Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain has truly exploded and relaxed a lot. The information he received came from transcending Xianxi region. It is definitely not wrong. After Su Luan heard this, he faintly smiled and said, Sect Master Lei, how about this? I will pay Venerable Master Qin's 4,000 Regent Origin stones. And your Pure Sun Thunder sect must guarantee that the Ghost Beast Overlord will not attack 100 Pagoda sect again. How about it? This. Lei Xiaowei is speechless for a while. Indeed, our Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain and Flame Sun Island have been destroyed. With our current strength, we are unable to eliminate the Ghost Beast Overlord. Since your Pure Sun Thunder sect says that 8,000 high-quality Regent Origin stones can solve the problem, then we will hand it over to you. If you can't solve it, you will pay back 10 times, how about it? Suluan said. Senior Su, is Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain really that weak? Lei Xiaowei is very happy in his heart as he asked. Flame Sun Island and Heavenly Mountain have been destroyed, what do you think? Suluan said in cold voice. Senior Su, our Pure Sun Thunder sect is a subordinate power of Thunder Sun sect. If our Pure Sun Thunder sect can't deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord, we will ask Thunder Sun sect for help. Lei Xiaowei said with smile on his face. You can rest assured about this matter. Is your Pure Sun Thunder sect really that confident? From what I sensed just now, there is a large crack at the bottom of the Ghost Beast remote lake. There are many Ghost Beasts as strong as the Ghost Beast Overlord on the other side of the crack. How many Ghost Beast Overlords can you deal with? Suluan said with sneer. Even if you give me 80,000 Regent Origin stones, I will not accept it. Our Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain did not accept this task before, we are truly lucky. Lei Xiaowei's forehead is filled with sweat. Fang Rushan's expression also greatly changed. He doesn't dare to speak because Qin Yun and Su Luan's relationship is very good. At this time, another middle-aged man walked in and said to Fang Rutian, Pagoda Master Fang, Golden Sun Sect's Jin Jingwei requests an audience. He said he wants to discuss the Ghost Beast Overlord with us. Lei Xiaowei said in low voice. Jin Jingwei? He is Golden Sun Sect Master's grandson. Fang Rutian nodded and said, Indeed, he was angered by Pagoda Master Shen last time and left. Quickly invite him over. All the Pagoda Masters are amazed because Jin Jingwei's position seems to be higher than Suluan. After all, Jin Jingwei is Sect Master's grandson. Qin Yun and Suluan both know that Jin Jingwei is actually a fish in troubled waters. Not long after, Jin Jingwei was invited over. He brought along a few middle-aged men. Lei Xiaowei and Fang Rutian saw Jin Jingwei arrive, and just as they were about to approach him, they saw Jin Jingwei quickly walk towards Qin Yun and said with smile, Greetings, big brother Qin. You returned to 100 Pagoda sect without telling me. I originally wanted to travel together with you. Lei Xiaowei and Fang Rutian are once again dumbfounded. This Jin Jingwei's relationship with Qin Yun is actually this good. Golden Sun Sect only sent a brat like you? Suluan said. They are still settling down. Since I have nothing to do, I came over. Are you discussing how to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord? Jin Jingwei said with smile. Suluan pointed at Lei Xiaowei and said, This is Pure Sun Thunder Sect's sect master. He said that 8,000 Regent Origin stones can thoroughly deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. Jin Jingwei looked at Lei Xiaowei and said with smile, So awesome. Then each of us 8-9 Sun Sects will give him 1,000 Regent Origin stones and let him deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. It will save us a lot of trouble. Everyone can hear from Jin Jingwei's words that the 8-9 Sun Sects want to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. This caused them to be extremely shocked. Qin Yun went to Transcending Xian Sea region and invited so many helpers. These are 8 incomparably formidable powers of Transcending Xian Sea region. Lei Xiaowei is sweating profusely because he realized that the Ghost Beast Overlord is not that easy to deal with. Senior Su, what is the situation at the Ghost Beast remote lake? Qin Yun asked. Not very optimistic. We must first eliminate the Ghost Beast Overlord and then fill up the Ghost Beast remote lake. Suluan said. We must wait for the sect masters of the other sects to come, then we can discuss this matter together. The situation there is much worse than I imagined. Lei Xiaowei and Fang Rushan's complexion turned deathly pale because the helpers Qin Yun invited are not only from Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain, there are also 7 other 9 Sun sects. Shen Beijian said with smile. There is no harm in letting Pure Sun Thunder Sect deal with this terrible matter. Sect Master Lei said that Pure Sun Thunder Sect has the support of Thunder Sun Sect. They will surely be able to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. Jin Jingwei looked at Lei Xiaowei and said with sneer, Thunder Sun Sect? Thunder Sun Sect's Heavenly Mountain has also exploded. They will have to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord with their own strength. Their losses will be even greater. What? Thunder Sun Sect's Heavenly Mountain? Lei Xiaowei said in shock. 8-9 Sun Sect's Heavenly Mountain have exploded. It is all thanks to Venerable Master Qin and Miss Zhao's warning that we could retreat ahead of time, otherwise our losses would be disastrous. In order to repay Venerable Master Qin, we will surely spare no effort to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. Su Luan said. Everyone let out a low cry in amazement. 9 Sun Sect's Heavenly Mountain has actually exploded. This is truly astonishing. Now they understand why Qin Yun is so confident that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain will come. 9 Sun Sects owe him a great favor. Roar. Suddenly a furious roar echoed from outside. Ghost Beast Overlord. Shin Beijian's expression changed as he said, Didn't this guy just leave? Lei Xiaowei gritted his teeth and suddenly said, Venerable Master Qin, Ghost Beast Overlord's matter is so complicated that it is beyond my imagination. Now you are Thunder Sun Sect's benefactor and our Pure Sun Thunder Sect is Thunder Sun Sect's subordinate power. We will surely spare no effort and join hands with everyone to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. How can he dare to accept Regent Origin Stones now? He wished he could give Qin Yun some Regent Origin Stones so that Qin Yun doesn't care about what happened just now. Otherwise, if Thunder Yang Sect investigates, a great calamity will befall him. Fang Rutian and Fang Zhijin are so scared that they don't even dare to breathe loudly. Qin Yun has joined hands with 8-9 Sun Sects. What else can they say? They only want to leave this place as soon as possible. Let's go take a look. Qin Yun said. Fang Rutian immediately took the lead and left First Pagoda with everyone. It is afternoon now, but the sky outside is pitch black. The sky above 100 Pagoda Sect is shrouded by thick black clouds. Ghost Beast Overlord found helpers? Su Luan's brows are creased as he looked at the sky. I wonder what grandfather and others are doing. Why are they still not coming? Jin Jingwei is also extremely alarmed and anxious looking at the situation. Ghost Beast Overlord is so savage, what does it have to do with our Heavenly Mountain being exterminated? 100 Pagoda Sect is temporarily safe. Your great formation is very strong. No need to worry too much. I will immediately go investigate. Su Luan said. I will also immediately return to Transcending Xianxi region. Tell them to quickly come over. Jin Jingwei said. Pagoda Master Qin, you have just returned. You should go back and rest first. We will handle this matter. Shin Beijian patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with smile. All right. Qin Yun nodded, then said to those old men. Then I will have to trouble all of you seniors. Soon after, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. Chapter 1044. Refined Heavenly Rune. Yi Yaoshua looked at the baleful aura in the sky and said, Xiao Yun, is it possible that the situation at Ghost Beast Remote Lake is related to the falling sun? After a sun fell, many strange things happened, especially at Transcending Xianxi region. All the heavenly mountains exploded. Qin Yun said with frown, There must be some connection. There is a space crack at the bottom of the Ghost Beast Remote Lake. It was originally not big, but now it has become a lot bigger. Different spaces are maintained by 9 suns' power, so it is very difficult to connect them. After a sun fell, the 9 suns' power became very weak and the space binding power weakened. Let's go in, leave this matter to them. I have already done my best. Yi Yaoshua nodded her head. Qin Yun is indeed doing his best to get the help of 8-9 sun sects. Inside the secret room at the top floor of Star Traveling Pagoda, Qin Yun told Yi Yaoshua to release her heavenly rune martial spirit. Yi Yaoshua released a red heavenly rune light ball. It is her heavenly rune martial spirit. This heavenly rune martial spirit has already been reflected in Qin Yun's Gemini treasure mirror. Qin Yun took out the Gemini treasure mirror and compared it with Yi Yaoshua's heavenly rune martial spirit. He said, "Heavenly rune has not changed much, it has not evolved. However, it has absorbed the characteristics of other martial spirit." Yi Yaoshua nodded and said, "Indeed, I can sense that this heavenly rune martial spirit can easily fuse with other martial spirits' abilities, especially martial spirits with totems. It seems like your martial spirit still needs to evolve one more step to be able to nurture a spirit soul. Take back your martial spirit. After we deal with the ghost beast overlord, the situation will stabilize and I will go into seclusion again. At that time, we will cultivate together again. I will first stabilize my cultivation during this period of time." Yi Yaoshua revealed a charming smile and said, "Cultivating together with Qin Yun means that her cultivation will increase greatly. Even if she doesn't break through, she will be able to absorb a lot of energy. Qin Yun also wants to become as strong as possible before entering ancient domain. That mysterious and ancient starry sky ancient domain is filled with all kinds of dangers. Only by grasping even stronger power will he feel more secure." Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua used starry sky teleportation formation and arrived at Star-Picking Pavilion's small star. As soon as they arrived, they saw the absolutely beautiful elf princess Yushutian flapping her pair of beautiful large wings and flying around with Xiao Yueme. Yun. Seeing Qin Yun return, Yushutian put down Xiao Yueme, flew towards Qin Yun and retracted her translucent butterfly wings. "Xiao Tian, this little girl Yueme only thinks about playing all day, you just need to get used to it." Qin Yun pinched Xiao Yueme's face. Xiao Yueme held a piece of pastry in her hand and took a bite. She said with a smile, "Brother, what's the situation outside?" Qin Yun briefly explained the situation. After Yushutian finished listening, she rolled her eyes and said in soft voice, "I remember I read about it in an ancient book of star-traveling pagoda. It said that during world extermination, many cruel and savage evil spirits were part of the world extermination power. Star-traveling pagoda's ancient books contain many ancient eras' knowledge. From them, Qin Yun learned a lot about sun, moon and stars. It seems like ghost beasts exist to destroy the world?" Yi Yaoshua became slightly worried. "Doesn't that mean ghost beasts are very difficult to stop?" That ancient book also said that the ghost beasts were transformed from the living beings that had died in the last era, and they were all gathered in the netherworld. Naturally, this is only the speculation of the senior who wrote the ancient book. Yu Shutian said with smile, "Senior sister, don't worry, with 8-9 sun sects here, even if we can't completely exterminate the ghost beast overlord, we can still resist it for a period of time until the Starry Sky Road is built. If they can't deal with the ghost beast overlord, they can still stabilize the situation. After all, everyone's final goal is to go to ancient domain. If the ancient book is true, then the world extermination power has already spread to Xian domain." Qin Yun pulled Xiao Yume's hand and said, "Let's go find Sister Kong." The mature and charming Kong Feiqing is wearing red skirt, her braid is hanging down to her chest. As soon as she saw Qin Yun, her absolutely beautiful face became filled with a charming smile. She said with gentle smile, "Xiao Yun, long time no see. 100 Pagoda sect is so dangerous, I am very worried about you." Kong Feiqing giggled and caressed Qin Yun's handsome face. "Sister Kong, how is your Gemini heavenly rune?" Qin Yun asked with smile. "Very good." Kong Feiqing looked at Xiao Yueme and said, "Yueme said before that you want to try and see whether or not you can make my Gemini heavenly rune split again." Qin Yun nodded and said, Come, let's begin now." "Alright, I also want to see," Kong Feiqing said with smile. "That girl Yan is very diligent now, she is cultivating every day, she can't even come out to greet you." "It's fine." Qin Yun said. Star-picking pavilion is very big, moreover it has a basement. Kong Feiqing has been here for a long time, she is very familiar with the star-picking pavilion. She brought Qin Yun to a secret underground room. Kong Feiqing took out a blanket and sat on the ground. Sister Kong, your Gemini heavenly rune has a spirit, can you communicate with it more often now? Xiao Yueme is lying on Kong Feiqing's back. Her chin is placed on Kong Feiqing's shoulder as she looked at Kong Feiqing opening a box. After Kong Feiqing opened the box, there is a very big pearl inside. Inside the pearl, there are complex runes interweaving together to form a ball of white light. This is the Gemini heavenly rune. Kong Feiqing said with smile. I will ask the Gemini heavenly rune now. She closed her eyes and began calmly communicating with the heavenly rune pearl. Xiao Yueme is still lying on Kong Feiqing's shoulder. Her eyes are wide open looking at the heavenly rune pearl. Then she said with smile and low voice, Brother, Sister Kong is very fragrant, do you want to smell it? This caused Kong Feiqing to smile and say, Yueme, don't mess around, be quiet. Not long after, Kong Feiqing opened her eyes, looked at Qin Yun and said, Gemini heavenly rune said that it can split again but it needs to absorb a lot of energy. It would be best if it is 9 suns power. This is no problem. Qin Yun took out a very large beast skin. This is the 9 condensation Dao formation. Xiao Yueme and Kong Feiqing promptly went over and spread it out. Soon after, Qin Yun took out some high-quality Regent Origin stones and used his mental power to control them. They neatly formed a circle and then landed on the 9 condensation Dao formation. So many high-quality Regent Origin stones. Kong Feiqing's charming eyes flickered as she looked at the Regent Origin stones and said with charming smile, Xiao Yun, you are becoming more and more awesome. Big Sister Kong, these Regent Origin stones are not even worth mentioning compared to your Gemini heavenly rune. Qin Yun said with smile. You agreed to let Gemini heavenly rune split and give it to me, this is priceless, I don't know how to thank you. Kong Feiqing smiled and said, Xiao Yun, if I and Yan Yan did not have your help, we would not be able to live so comfortably. There is no need to say thank you. Soon after, she held the Gemini heavenly rune pearl, entered the 9 condensation Dao formation, and sat in the middle. Kong Feiqing is surrounded by high-quality Regent Origin stones. Qin Yun said, I want to open the Great Formation. Alright. Kong Feiqing has established a connection with the Gemini heavenly rune, so she can communicate with the Gemini heavenly rune. After Qin Yun opened the 9 condensation Dao formation, the energy of the Regent Origin stones immediately rushed out and transformed into a beautiful 9-colored spiral that coiled around Kong Feiqing. Big Sister Kong is so beautiful, Xiao Yueme said with smile. I wonder if these few hundred high-quality Regent Origin stones are enough. Qin Yun said, Last time I used Immortal Origins, but that was because the Gemini heavenly rune was on the verge of evolution, I only used a little bit of power. This time, the Gemini heavenly rune will need to split another one, the energy consumption will be very great. Qin Yun finished speaking and took out another Immortal Origin. The released 9 sun power will be transformed by the Immortal Origin into very strong 9 sun immortal energy and then absorbed by the Gemini heavenly rune. This way they can save a lot of Regent Origin stones. Because Kong Feiqing is sitting in the middle while holding the Gemini heavenly rune, she has also benefited greatly. While the Gemini heavenly rune is splitting, it is also unceasingly supplying energy to her. The situation is very stable now. Yueme, you stay here and watch, I will go take care of some other matters. Qin Yun patted her head and then left the secret room. Qin Yun arrived at a high-floor room of star-picking pavilion, took out the immortal graveyard diagram, and contacted Xieqiru. Xiao Yun, is the Starry Sky Road ready? Yuelon and Little Malian contacted me, they are now in Guanghan Palace. Xieqiru said. Not ready yet. The current situation is very chaotic. Qin Yun told Siekiru about the destruction of 9 sun sects, Heavenly Mountain, the threat of Ghost Beast Overlord, as well as his transaction with Evil God. Xian Domain is about to be destroyed. Transcending Xian Sea region can hold on for a while. Siekiru lightly sighed and said, "You had no choice but to do business with Evil God. You can only take one step at a time. You can think of a way to remove the soul contract later. Sister Kiru, 9 Sun Divine Hammer can no longer be used. Yang Yang, that 9th Heaven Xian Sparrow, has just woken up. I am very worried about her. You said before that nothing will happen to Yang Yang, right?" Qin Yun said. "She will not die. At most she will be in deep slumber." Siekiru said. "Xiao Yun, even if you enter Immortal Desolate later, Immortal Desolate will be destroyed not long after. If you don't enter Sacred Desolate in time, you can only wander in the starry sky. Whether it is Immortal Desolate or Sacred Desolate, both have nether sun spirits. You must find them." "I will." Qin Yun nodded and asked again, "How is Martial Desolate? Has it been destroyed?" "Cloud Dragon Mountain Range is fine, but many people from Martial Desolate and other places have gathered here. There are more and more ghost beasts in Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. It is very lively here," Siekiru said. Qin Yun is very worried about his father because Qin Long has always been in Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. He said he wants to explore some unknown secret. Go to Ancient Domain in peace and find Nether Sun Spirit. So long as you obtain Nether Sun Spirit, 9 Sun Divine Hammer will be reborn. You must take good care of Yuma while she is with you," Siekiru warned repeatedly. "Sister Kiru, when can I go to Immortal Graveyard?" Qin Yun asked. Chapter 1045. Mirror Evolution. Hearing Siekiru's words, Qin Yun has some confidence in his heart. He is very clear that his current cultivation is still too low. He cannot go to Immortal Desolate, let alone Sacred Desolate. "Sister Kiru, there is an Immortal Gate in Transcending Xian Sea region. Can I enter Immortal Desolate from there?" Qin Yun asked. "You can, but it is very difficult. Only those who were born in Immortal Desolate can easily pass through. Even though you have a past life, you are not a native of Immortal Desolate." Siekiru lightly sighed. "Do you remember Xian Rujing from before? The one with dual spirit immortal veins. She came from Immortal Desolate. If she can enter Immortal Gate, can I ask her to take me there?" Qin Yun recalled Xian Rujing. If Xian Rujing can store him in a storage magic tool and enter Immortal Desolate through Immortal Gate. You can't. Entering Immortal Desolate is not a small matter. You will only bring harm to her. Siekiru said. "Xiao Yun, if you want to go to Immortal Desolate in a hurry, you can enter through Immortal Gate, but you can't do it now unless your body is strong enough. I will become stronger as soon as possible." Qin Yun knows that his immortal devil body still has a lot of room for growth. When the time comes, Sister Yao Fong will help you. After entering Immortal Gate, there will be a passage. Sister Yao Fong can come out at that time. After staying in the passage for a short period of time, she will be sucked into Immortal Desolate. During that time, she should be able to help you pass. Siekiru said. "Then won't I be separated from Sister Yao Fong at that time?" Qin Yun is very reluctant to part with her. Siekiru heard Qin Yun's reluctant tone and giggled. "Xiao Yun, you are getting along very well with Sister Yao Fong. She should not hate you that much, right?" She is very good to me now," Qin Yun said with smile. "Yao Fong has obtained 9 Sun World Extermination Scripture and has been studying it inside 9 Sun Divine Soul's third pearl all day long. She is very clear that if she was not cursed by Devil Immortal Great Emperor, she would not have been able to obtain this peerless cultivation method. Alright, I will go into seclusion. You might not be able to contact me during this period of time," Siekiru said with smile. "Xiao Yun, take care of yourself, take care of Yuma." Qin Yun stored the Immortal Graveyard diagram and left the room. It was only a matter of time before he went to the ancient region of the starry sky. The 8-9 Sun's sex were definitely more anxious than Qin Yun, so he didn't need to worry about the construction of the starry sky road. Qin Yun arrived at the underground secret room and saw Xiao Yuemei looking at Kong Feiqing. She took out a small table filled with all kinds of food. "Brother, when will big sister Kong be able to split the Gemini heavenly rune?" Xiao Yuemei threw a bright red fruit at Qin Yun and asked. "I don't know, but it can be split." Qin Yun took the fruit, took a bite and said with smile, "So sweet." Kong Feiqing is sitting at the center of the 9 condensation Dao formation, holding a heavenly rune pearl in her hand. Her beautiful eyes are closed, she is also cultivating. Only the Gemini heavenly rune in Sister Kang's hands can split. Qin Yun took out his Gemini treasure mirror and said, "The Gemini heavenly rune inside my treasure mirror is unable to achieve this. If I need anything in the future, I can only look for Big Sister Kong." Xiao Yuemei said, "Luckily Big Sister Kong is very generous, she is also very nice." Qin Yun doesn't know when he will be able to carve Gemini heavenly rune, it is a very complicated thing. Before he can carve Gemini heavenly rune, he can only look for Kong Feiqing. Very soon 2 days passed by, Kong Feiqing has finally finished carving. She has used more than 500 high-quality Regent Origin stones. Kong Feiqing has also obtained great advancement by relying on the Gemini heavenly rune. She has entered late-stage Martial Emperor realm in one go. There is a white light ball floating beside the heavenly rune pearl in her hand, it is the split Gemini heavenly rune. "Xiao Yun, this is for you," Kong Feiqing said with charming smile. "It has been hard on Big Sister Kong." Qin Yun walked over, took out a pearl and sealed the Gemini heavenly rune inside. "Big Sister Kong, your breakthrough is so fast." Xiao Yuemei took out a piece of fruit and placed it next to Kong Feiqing's sexy red lips, and said with smile. Kong Feiqing opened her small mouth and bit the fruit. She said with smile, "This is all thanks to Xiao Yun, without his Regent Origin stones, I would not have been able to break through so fast." Qin Yun said, "I am temporarily unable to carve Gemini heavenly rune. If I need it later, I can only look for Big Sister Kong." Kong Feiqing said, "Xiao Yun, if the Gemini heavenly rune wants to split a 3rd time, it will require even more energy. At that time, it will not only be 500 Regent Origin stones, it might even require 1,000. If I really need it, 1,000 is nothing." Qin Yun said with smile, "It seems like the Gemini heavenly rune can only split once every time it evolves. If you need it, you can look for Big Sister anytime." Kong Feiqing sweetly smiled, then gently caressed Qin Yun's handsome face and said with smile, "I will go see if Yan Yan has come out of seclusion or not, I will give her some pointers in cultivation." After Kong Feiqing left, Xiao Yuemei looked at the pearl in Qin Yun's hand and said, "Brother, Big Sister Kong must have found a unique cultivation path, that is why she is so fast. Indeed, this is also not a bad thing. Clearly her cultivation path is related to the Gemini heavenly rune." Qin Yun nodded and said, "Yuemei, let's begin now." Qin Yun said before that he wants to try whether or not he can refine the Gemini heavenly rune into Xiao Yuemei's mirror. Xiao Yuemei's mirror is an extremely special martial spirit. Therefore, when refining it, it cannot be done like refining tools. Luckily Qin Yun has soul refining technique. He understands the characteristics of spirits and knows how to deal with all kinds of difficulties during refining. After Xiao Yuemei took out her mirror, she somewhat excitedly said, "I will have the Gemini treasure mirror very soon." Qin Yun said with smile, "Yuemei, did my past life help you refine this mirror?" "No." Xiao Yuemei curled her lips and said, "Your past life was much worse than this one." "Really?" Qin Yun suddenly feels very happy because he doesn't want to be like his past life. "Of course. Wait until you become an immortal king again, you will be even more awesome than your past life. At that time, Sister Bing Xing and the others will be completely captivated by you again," Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile. "I can make them lose their sense of north now," Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. "Shameless." Xiao Yuemei lightly smiled. Qin Yun took out the Gemini heavenly rune, took a deep breath and said with solemn expression, "Yuemei, it is time to begin. There might be some risk." Xiao Yuemei's charming little face is not showing any trace of fear. She said in a relaxed manner, "It's fine, I believe you." "Alright." Qin Yun's expression is grave as he took out the Gemini heavenly rune from the pearl. Xiao Yuemei also cooperated with Qin Yun and transformed her mirror into spirit body. After the small mirror turned into spirit body, the Gemini heavenly rune fused with it and wrapped it up in a ball of white light. Qin Yun immediately used the method recorded in Soul Refining Technique and combined it with his formidable mental power to control the Gemini heavenly rune and brand it on the mirror martial spirit. Xiao Yuemei is now very nervous. She is looking at the mirror martial spirit in her hand. Suddenly, the white light ball slightly trembled and flickered from time to time. "I wonder what is happening." Qin Yun's expression slightly changed as he said, "Yuemei, do you feel anything now?" "I don't know, but I can feel that my mirror is very stable." Xiao Yuemei's expression is also at a loss as she lightly shook her head. Qin Yun closed his eyes and released even stronger mental power to probe the situation. Not long after, he discovered that the mirror martial spirit is releasing a kind of power to stop the Gemini heavenly rune from fusing with it. "There is a rejection situation, it is very thorny," Qin Yun said with frown. "Yuemei, can you control the mirror to devour the Gemini heavenly rune?" Xiao Yuemei shook her head and mumbled, "The Gemini heavenly rune doesn't listen to me. My mirror doesn't like the Gemini heavenly rune, and the Gemini heavenly rune also doesn't like my mirror. But I like the Gemini heavenly rune very much. This is troublesome." Qin Yun increased his mental power to control the Gemini heavenly rune, but it didn't succeed. "Xiao Yun, go find Yi Yaoxue. Her heavenly rune has fusion power," Ling Yuner suddenly said. Qin Yun hastily took out a sound transmission magic tool and sent sound transmission to Yi Yaoxue. Not long after, Yi Yaoxue arrived at the door of the secret room. Hearing the knocking sound, Qin Yun opened the door and let Yi Yaoxue in. After Yi Yaoxue arrived, she saw a very large white light ball in Xiao Yuemei's hand. That is the Gemini heavenly rune?" Yi Yaoxue said in amazement. She has been together with Kong Feiqing for the past few days, so she knows about the Gemini heavenly rune. Both Kong Feiqing and Yi Yaoxue have heavenly runes. Only the way they have them is somewhat different. Kong Feiqing's heavenly rune is very mature, moreover it has spiritual wisdom. Yi Yaoxue's heavenly rune is in a state of growth. It is still in spirit body state. It is a split of Big Sister Kang's Gemini heavenly rune. Qin Yun said, "I wanted to fuse this Gemini heavenly rune with Yuemei's mirror martial spirit, but it didn't work because they are mutually rejecting each other. Senior sister, your heavenly rune's power seems to be able to fuse all kind of rare and strange things, right? I will give it a try." Yi Yaoxue knows that Qin Yun is a soul-refining master who often fiddles with things in secret. She just did not expect that he would dare to mess around with Xiao Yuemei. She lightly inhaled a mouthful of air and a red light ball overflowed from her chest. This is her mysterious heavenly rune martial spirit. "Xiao Yun, you are truly reckless. You don't know anything about this kind of situation, yet you dared to try it on Yuemei's body. What would you do if a problem occurred?" Yi Yaoxue reproachfully looked at Qin Yun. "Big Sister Yi, it is my fault. I asked my brother to do it." Xiao Yuemei said with smile, "Thank you for your concern, you are also my big sister from now on. Little girl, don't mess around like this next time." Yi Yaoxue lightly smiled, then controlled her heavenly rune martial spirit to wrap up the white light ball. Not long after, Xiao Yuemei yelled in pleasant surprise, "There is a reaction, my mirror and Gemini heavenly rune have fused." Chapter 1046. Create a soul on my own. Qin Yun laughed foolishly a few times, and then nodded. Even with Yi Yaoshua's help, the speed of fusion is very slow. Moreover, Yi Yaoshua's consumption is also very large. Qin Yun placed his hand on her abdomen and began channeling energy into her Tao core. Yi Yaoshua also used Sun and Moon Heart Sutra to fuse her energy with Qin Yun's, allowing her heavenly rune martial spirit to release even stronger energy. Yi Yaoshua curiously asked, "If Gemini heavenly rune is fused with Yueme's mirror, will there be any other changes?" Xiao Yueme and Qin Yun shook their heads because they are not sure what will happen. Yi Yaoshua is speechless. She lightly groaned and said, "You two are really something. You don't even know this yet, you still dare to try." Xiao Yueme said with smile, "Sister Yi, we are also very curious." All right, it's good that you're fine now." Yi Yaoshua said, "Yueme, your mirror martial spirit is also very miraculous. Martial spirits that are reflected in it can be recorded and used by you. This is equivalent to having many kinds of martial spirits." "That's right, but this is not a good thing. This will cause me to be at a loss as to what martial spirit to use. I have too many martial spirits." Xiao Yueme sighed. "You have so many martial spirits to use. Many people are very envious of you, yet you still look down on them." Yi Yaoshua cannot help but laugh. "I also have my own troubles." Xiao Yueme giggled and said, "That's why I often eat. I won't feel annoyed." With Yi Yaoshua's help, the Gemini heavenly rune gradually fused with Xiao Yueme's mirror martial spirit. After a day, he finally succeeded. Yi Yaoshua is also very tired. After she finished, she quickly left the secret room and went back to rest. "Brother, what's next?" Xiao Yueme waved her mirror and said with smile, "Big Sister Yi is truly awesome. If not for her help, I don't know how we would have succeeded. Next, I want to carve some runes on your mirror martial spirit. The main ones are the star and moon runes." Qin Yun said, "This is to allow your mirror to steadily project runes and totem runes." "Alright." Xiao Yueme handed over the mirror to Qin Yun and said with smile, "I will go out for a while. I want to play with Sister Dreaming Pig." After staying here for a few days, she was a little bored. She threw away her mirror and ran out to play. Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. Then, he began carving runes. At this moment, he also told this matter to Yao Fong. He had mentioned this to Yao Fong before. Yao Fong was also very concerned about this matter, and asked him to report the situation to her. "Sister Yao Fong, why don't you see Yueme? You care about her so much, she must also care about you." Qin Yun said, "My current appearance. I still don't want to see her, I just want to know that she is doing well." Yao Fong said, "She and Yuelan are doing very well now, you don't have to worry." Qin Yun said, "This way I can research 9 Sun World extermination scripture in peace." Yao Fong faintly sighed and said, "Qin Yun, if there is any progress let me know." Qin Yun continued carving runes. He is using the Gemini treasure mirror to determine what runes to carve. He tossed and turned for several hours and finally finished. He sent sound transmission to Xiao Yueme, telling her to come back. Xiao Yueme is humming a small tune, her hands are stroking her ponytails. She ran over and said with smile, "Brother, did you succeed? I carved a set of fire Tao runes on your mirror. Give it a try and see whether or not you can carve the Tao runes on the talisman paper." Qin Yun said, "I want to become an inscription master," Xiao Yueme said with charming smile. Then she held the handle of the white mirror, pointed it towards a talisman paper and did as Qin Yun said. Xiao Yueme has been using Qin Yun's Gemini treasure mirror before, so she is very familiar with it now. Not long after, her mirror released light and projected a set of runes on the talisman paper. Success! Ha ha ha! Xiao Yueme very happily laughed, jumped over to Qin Yun's side and hugged him. Qin Yun laughed, then took out his Gemini treasure mirror, handed it over to her and said, There are many sets of runes carved inside my Gemini treasure mirror. Take them out and project them on your mirror. Alright. Xiao Yuemei took the Gemini treasure mirror and said again, Brother, do you think my mirror can directly condense the recorded spirit bodies? Qin Yun said with frown. Your mirror has recorded all kinds of spirit bodies. If you want to condense them, you will need to pour in formidable spirit power. For example, when crafting talismans, you will need to pour in blood spirit power. He finished speaking and took out a spirit sealing pearl. There is a star spirit sealed inside. It was captured by Yu Shutian. Come, absorb the power of this star spirit and pour it into your mirror. Then condense a more ordinary martial spirit. Qin Yun said. I will give it a try. Xiao Yuemei also became very serious. She held the spirit sealing pearl in one hand and the mirror in the other, then began absorbing the power of the star spirit. Not long after, Qin Yun saw her mirror release a purplish gold light. Purple gold martial spirit? Didn't I tell you to make a more ordinary one? Qin Yun said in amazement. More than ordinary? Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile. Qin Yun looked at the spirit sealing pearl in her hand and saw the power of the star spirit frantically entering her body. He cannot help but become excited. Xiao Yuemei has truly succeeded. She can condense a martial spirit on her own. Not long after, she successfully condensed a purple gold flame martial spirit. Yuemei, you are too heaven-defying. You must be careful during tribulation. Qin Yun very happily pinched her cheeks. Brother, what kind of martial spirit do you want now? I will immediately condense one for you. Xiao Yuemei said with smile. This is all thanks to your contribution. I told you, you are much more awesome than your past life. I don't want any martial spirit for now. I want inscription spirit. The smile on Qin Yun's face suddenly disappeared. Xiao Yuemei's expression became grave hearing this. She said, Brother, do you want it now? I will immediately condense it. Don't. Qin Yun promptly stopped her and solemnly warned. Yuemei, without my permission, you must not condense inscription spirit, divine ability martial spirit, as well as some spirit bodies that consume a great amount of spirit power. And Xiao Yuemei also heavily nodded her head. I will definitely keep it in mind. Yuemei, refining inscription spirit will bring down tribulation thunder. Moreover, it might affect your tribulation in the future. If the two of us refine it together, we can share the punishment, otherwise you will have to bear it alone. It will be very dangerous. Qin Yun gently caressed her face and said with solemn expression. I know, I will only condense martial spirit. Xiao Yuemei hugged Qin Yun and said with gentle smile. Brother, I also don't want to die, otherwise I won't be able to see you again. Don't say these things. Wait until you become an immortal. You won't need to go through tribulation. You will be able to do whatever you want. Qin Yun laughed and lightly patted Xiao Yuemei's back. Then I will start recording runes. Xiao Yuemei took out the Gemini treasure mirror and her own mirror and looked at each other. After runes appear on the Gemini treasure mirror, they will be recorded by her own mirror. This way, Qin Yun won't need to carve runes on her mirror. While Xiao Yuemei is recording runes, Qin Yun released the ninth heaven Xian sparrow. Yang Yang! Xiao Yuemei lightly yelled with smile. Yang Yang also yelled and began flying around Xiao Yuemei, dragging 9 long 9-colored tail feathers behind her. It is very beautiful. Brother, why did you let Yang Yang come out? Xiao Yuemei curiously asked. Just as she finished speaking, Qin Yun took out a very large beast horn. This is an immortal king beast horn given to him by City Master Murong. Originally, he wanted Yao Fang and Bing Xing to help him smelt it, but Bing Xing has gone to Immortal Desolate and Immortal Weapon Palace is no longer here. He can only do it himself. Yang Yang, you should be able to smelt this beast horn, right? Qin Yun asked. Just as he finished speaking, Yang Yang shot out a 9-colored flame from her mouth and attacked the large beast horn. This underground secret room is originally very gloomy and cold, but now it has become as hot as a smelting furnace. Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme have very high tolerance towards flame, but now they are unable to endure Yang Yang's dreadful flame. Yang Yang, quickly stop! Qin Yun promptly shouted at the ninth heaven Xian sparrow. Yang Yang is also very obedient and immediately stopped. So awesome! Xiao Yueme yelled in shock. Qin Yun hastily placed Yang Yang into the nine Sun Divine Soul's third pearl along with the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and handed it over to Yao Fang. Although Yao Fang's flame is very strong, it is still very difficult to smelt an immortal king beast horn on its own. Sister Yao Fang, help me take a small piece of the immortal king beast horn and then let Yang Yang smelt it. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Yao Fang. Alright, what about Yueme's mirror? Yao Fang asked. Yueme's mirror is very awesome. Qin Yun informed Yao Fang about the mirror. After Yao Fang heard, she warned Qin Yun repeatedly not to let Xiao Yueme condense a powerful soul body on her own because it will draw down very strong tribulation thunder. Qin Yun took out the Golden Sun Brilliant Heaven Hammer. This is the immortal hammer he won from Jin Xuanhu. Although Jin Xuanhu lost 2 immortal hammers, he is completely convinced of his loss. He did not want to take them back. He only said that he will be able to refine even stronger hammers in the future. Brother, do you want to refine tools? Xiao Yueme asked. I want to refine a saber, do you want one? Qin Yun asked. No, I don't want to trouble you again. Xiao Yueme shook her head and said. What are you talking about? Why are you being so polite with me? Qin Yun said with smile, then took out many multicolored materials and threw them into the furnace. These are 6 colored crystal beast bones. They were given to him by Jin Xuanhu. Although they are not many, they are enough for him to refine very good embryos. Brother, do you want to refine king tools? Xiao Yueme curiously asked. King tools are very awesome. Most inscription masters can only transform King Grey Dao tools into king tools after many years. Chapter 1047. Long Life Jade Nectar. Chapter 1047. Long Life Jade Nectar. Brother, if you don't have king runes, you can evolve them. Use existing Dao runes or Xian tier star runes and evolve them. Xiao Yueme said with smile. You did this in your past life. Although Xiao Yueme doesn't know how to refine tools, she is very knowledgeable in this aspect. After all, if she wants to deceive people, she must have the relevant knowledge. This will take a lot of time. Wait until I have time, I will definitely give it a try. Qin Yun also has this kind of thought. He obtained many star runes from Star Traveling Pagoda. They are more or less the same as what he obtained from Inscription Gate. Although Star Traveling Pagoda and Inscription Gate's star runes have the same effect, they have been researched and created from different lines of thought. This gave Qin Yun great inspiration. He can combine the 2 lines of thought and evolve star runes one step further. Making runes evolve is a skill that inscription masters must master. Only by doing this can they obtain even more high-level runes. However, many outstanding inscription masters are unable to do this. Inscription masters spend a lot of time on other aspects. They also need to cultivate and increase their cultivation. If they make runes evolve, they won't have time to do other things. So long as inscription masters can obtain even more high-level runes, they won't need to research rune evolution. Yueme, there are still not many runes carved in my treasure mirror. Wait until I get more, then you can record them and craft many talismans yourself. Qin Yun said. Now I can be considered half an inscription master. Xiao Yueme very happily said with smile. Qin Yun let Yang Yang come out, sprayed a few mouthfuls of flame on the smelting furnace, then let her and Yao Fang smelt the beast horn. Qin Yun is smelting 6 color beast bones in the smelting furnace. Yao Fang is smelting the immortal king beast horn together with Yang Yang. Yao Fong is only chipping off a small piece of beast horn. It is only the size of a fist, but it requires a very long time to smelt. Yang Yang's flame is really awesome. She just sprayed a few mouthfuls of flame and she can quickly smelt 6 color beast bones. Qin Yun looked at the situation inside the smelting furnace and exclaimed in admiration. Yang Yang is a 9th heaven Xian sparrow, a young divine beast. Of course she is awesome. Xiao Yuemei said with smile. She is still too young now. When she grows up, who knows how awesome she will be. Yang Yang's 9 colored flames were indeed terrifying, but she also ate a lot and was very picky about her food. She only liked dragon meat. Qin Yun did not know how long the dragon in his hand could last. At this time, he was also anxious about Yang Yang's food. In just a short moment, Qin Yun took out 6 different colored crystal beast bones from the furnace. Then, he used the golden sun brilliant heaven hammer and began forging with the 6-style forging dragon. Xiao Yuemei is watching from the side, she said with smile. The materials have been burned by Yang Yang's flame. It seems like forging has become much easier. Qin Yun's face is filled with joy. He nodded and said, Indeed so. Not only will forging be easier, the quality will also become better. Yang Yang's flame is really special. It's much better than my nether sun flame. Xiao Yun, your nether sun fire is also not bad. It's just that your cultivation is too low, so it didn't show. Ling Yuner said. It only took Qin Yun half a day to finish forging the 6-colored crystal bone and turned it into a light golden material. Now he is only waiting for the beast horn bone. While waiting, Qin Yun also began carving runes on his Gemini treasure mirror. 3 days passed by and Yang Yang finally finished smelting the beast horn bone. I am still not in my best condition, that's why I am so slow, Yao Fong said. Yang Yang consumed a lot of energy this time. She will have to eat a lot of dragon meat. I wonder if there are dragons in ancient domain. Yang Yang can eat so much. The dragon meat I have won't be enough for her to eat for long. Qin Yun took out the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and took out the beast horn bone. As soon as he took out the beast horn bone, the underground secret room became incomparably hot and stuffy. So hot, Qin Yun said with frown. If I use ordinary forging hammer, I won't be able to forge this beast horn bone. He took out a Dao artifact grade hammer and hit the beast horn bone that was burning red hot. The hammer was instantly scrap. This beast horn has been burned by 9 colored flame for 3 days and 3 nights. You should just use a mortal hammer, Xiao Yuemei said with smile. Qin Yun is very careful when using golden sun brilliant heaven hammer. If sparks from the beast horn bone splashes on him, it will be very painful. It will even burn a big hole in his body. There are many impurities inside the beast horn bone. I will have to refine it and make it even purer. Qin Yun used 6-style forging dragon and began forging. The beast horn bone is still very hot. He doesn't dare to fuse the 6-colored crystal beast bone with it, otherwise it will be burnt to a crisp. After Qin Yun refined the beast horn bone for 2 days, the beast horn bone is still very hot and it has also shrunk by a bit. I should be able to fuse the crystal beast bone now. After Qin Yun heated the crystal beast bone until it is red hot, he stacked it with the beast horn bone. Then he added the dragon bone and repeatedly folded and forged it. After many times of folding, many natural runes appeared on the surface of the material. The entire material has turned into a strange grayish-white color. After tossing and turning for several days, Qin Yun finally forged a long saber. It looks very ordinary, there is nothing fancy about it. Its shape is very ordinary and plain, there is nothing special about it. It is not that Qin Yun doesn't want to make a new shape, it is just that it is too difficult. After cooling down, the beast horn bone is very sturdy. If he wants to make a good shape, he will have to repeatedly burn it, it is very troublesome. My current strength is limited, as long as the weapon is sturdy and sharp enough, it is fine. As for the shape, wait until I get more dragon meat. Qin Yun wants to save some dragon meat. If he lets Yang Yang spit fire, she will feel hungry. Brother, what rune are you planning to carve? Xiao Yuemei asked. She has been watching from the side for the past few days. I won't carve because I can't carve it, Qin Yun said with bitter smile. He now knows that his mental resonance Xian pen can no longer carve runes on better materials. Ah, are you going to use it like this? Xiao Yuemei is somewhat amazed. I will use it like this for the time being. I can easily pour in very strong energy, it is enough for the time being. Qin Yun is holding the saber hilt and pouring in martial emperor energy. After adding heavenly might Dao technique power, the saber is still very stable. Xiao Yuemei also wants to go into seclusion because her mirror has changed, she wants to cultivate for a while. Qin Yun left Star Picking Pavilion and returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. I now have close to 2,000 best quality Regent Origin stones, 100 King quality Regent Origin stones, 2,000 to 3,000 high quality Regent Origin stones. It should be enough for me to cultivate to late stage Martial Emperor, right? Qin Yun came out of his room and received Shin Beijian's sound transmission. 8 big shots of 9 sunsects have arrived at Divine Sword Pagoda. Qin Yun immediately left for Divine Sword Pagoda's conference hall. Qin Yun had never seen a few of the 8 big shots. These sect masters are very familiar with him. They are now gathered together to sign the soul contract. Only by signing the soul contract will Qin Yun be willing to hand over the core part of the Starry Sky Road. After signing the soul contract, Qin Yun handed over the entire blueprint. 9 Sun Sects people are now completely relieved. They immediately arranged for their people to leave for Ghost Beast Remote Lake. The situation at Ghost Beast Remote Lake is becoming more and more serious. After some investigation, they discovered that there are many ghost beasts as strong as Ghost Beast Overlord inside. 9 Sun Sects promised to help 100 Pagoda Sect, so Qin Yun is not worried about this matter. Venerable Master Qin, we agreed before to discuss the matter of the formation. River Sun Palace Master has a very young appearance and very scholarly appearance, he said to Qin Yun with smile. Qin Yun asked Shin Beijian to arrange a small secret room for him to discuss the formation with River Sun Palace Master. Venerable Master Qin, tell me the reward first. If I can afford it, I will pay you in advance. River Sun Palace Master very straightforwardly said. River Sun Palace Master, I want the formula of longevity jade nectar, as well as the required medicinal ingredients and 500 king-quality Regent Origin stones. Qin Yun said this is also the reward he wants. This. River Sun Palace Master's expression suddenly became grave. He is pondering with frown. Venerable Master Qin, I can promise you, but you cannot make this matter public. You can also not steal our business. I want to guarantee that the longevity jade nectar will be exclusively sold by our River Sun Palace. River Sun Palace Master said after careful consideration. No problem. I will not make it public, Qin Yun said with smile. Longevity jade nectar's medicinal ingredients are all immortal medicines. Even if you go to Immortal Desolate, they will be very popular. You can sell them privately, but you cannot sell them publicly. You can also not say that they are longevity jade nectar, River Sun Palace Master said again. Qin Yun also took out a 9 condensation Dao formation, spread it on the ground and said, River Sun Palace Master, this is 9 condensation Dao formation. Not only it can condense the power of 9 suns, it can also quickly release the energy inside Regent Origin stones. He finished speaking and placed a Regent Origin stone on the formation. After the formation was activated, the energy inside the Regent Origin stone frantically rushed out. River Sun Palace Master is immediately dumbstruck. He exclaimed in admiration and said, This is much more awesome than our formation. Place it inside the space where you plant medicinal ingredients. It will allow your medicinal sprouts to be reborn. Moreover, you can also arrange for disciples to cultivate inside. Of course, the prerequisite is that there are enough regent origin stones. Qin Yun said with smile. If you are satisfied, let's proceed with the transaction. River Sun Palace Master took out many withered medicinal sprouts and placed them on the formation. After these medicinal sprouts absorbed the rich 9 suns' power, they began to gradually recover their vitality. It can also place immortal origins. There are many rare star and moon runes carved inside the formation. It is very awesome. Qin Yun said again. All right, I am very satisfied. River Sun Palace Master took out a very large crystal box and said, inside are the seeds of the medicinal ingredients required for longevity jade nectar. There are a total of 5 kinds of medicinal ingredients. Then he took out 6 small cauldrons, a large cauldron and a booklet and said, put these 5 kinds of medicinal ingredients into the cauldrons. The cauldrons will absorb energy and refine the medicinal ingredients into medicinal powder or medicinal liquid. Chapter 1048. Pagoda of 9 Condensation. The longevity dew was very precious, otherwise the River Sun Palace would not have been so respected by the other 9 suns' sects. In the eyes of the other 9 suns' sects, the River Sun Palace was rather arrogant, but in the 9 suns' sects, it had a very high status. Qin Yun does not need the longevity jade nectar now, but he will definitely need it in the future. The higher one's cultivation is, the more longevity jade nectar they will need. The details are recorded in this book. River Sun Palace Master took out a storage pouch with 500 king-quality regent origin stones inside. Qin Yun took the storage bag and nodded. Then he signed a soul contract with River Sun Palace Master. River Sun Palace Master, did you use Crystal Dragon Boat to come here? Qin Yun asked with smile. All of our River Sun Palace disciples are currently on the Crystal Dragon Boat. If it wasn't for Grandmaster Qin and Lady Zhao's warning, we would have suffered great losses. River Sun Palace Master faintly smiled and said, fortunately, we are going to Ancient Domain soon. Even if River Sun Palace is destroyed, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's right, you have been in Transcending Xianxi region for so many years. How much do you know about it? Qin Yun will also go to Ancient Domain, but he plans to return to Transcending Xianxi region later. I don't know much, because Transcending Xianxi region is very big. Moreover, there are many big regions that are extremely dangerous. The location of our 9 Suns sect is very close to the Spirit Desolate Xian region. As for the Transcending Xianxi region, we have never been there. Although some of the older generation went there to investigate, they never returned. River Sun Palace Master's expression revealed fear when he mentioned Transcending Xianxi region. In short, Transcending Xianxi region is very mysterious and dreadful. Qin Yun said with a frown. In other words, the region you are in is relatively safe? River Sun Palace Master nodded and said, there are many places in Transcending Xianxi region that are unfathomably deep and filled with all kinds of dangers. There should be other powerful beings in the depths of Transcending Xianxi region. Many of the legends about Transcending Xianxi region are true. Venerable Master Qin, is there anything in the Transcending Xianxi region that you miss? Qin Yun shook his head and said with a smile, I'm just curious. This is also my first time going to Transcending Xianxi region. I feel that Transcending Xianxi region is very mysterious and I really want to explore it. The Starry Sky Road should be open for a while after it's finished. We have also discussed that when the time comes, we will open the Starry Sky Road to outsiders. If anyone wants to enter Ancient Domain through the Starry Sky Road, they must give us Regent Origin Stones. River Sun Palace Master said. That's not a bad idea. We can recoup our investment. Qin Yun opened the door and said, River Sun Palace Master, you should be able to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord, right? There won't be any problems. Don't worry. River Sun Palace Master walked out of the small hall and said with smile, I will go back now, my crystal dragon boat is not far from 100 Pagoda sect. If Venerable Master Qin has time, you can come and take a stroll. River Sun Palace Master left the Divine Sword Pagoda after completing the transaction. Shen Beijian was also very busy at the moment. Although the Nine Suns sect could deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord, he could not stay idle and would participate from time to time. Qin Yun is now completely relieved, because ever since Nine Sun sects left to deal with Ghost Beast Overlord, the evil energy around 100 Pagoda sect has decreased by a lot. The ghost beasts that came out of the Ghost Beast Remote Lake were also suppressed. After Qin Yun returned to Star Picking Pavilion, he directly entered a secret room. He gave his 9 condensation Dao formation to River Sun Palace Master. Now he wants to refine a new one to release the energy inside the Regent Origin Stones. That 9 condensation Dao formation is very old. I have been wanting to change it for a long time. Qin Yun took out many materials and began thinking about how to refine it. This time, I won't refine a formation, I will refine a magic tool. He thought for a bit, took out some paper and began drawing on it. Not long after, he finished drawing a 7-storied pagoda. After Qin Yun decided what he wants to refine, he began smelting the materials. Then he called out Zi Qingqing and Shui Tianzi to help him smelt the materials. Qin Yun needs many materials to refine the pagoda, but he only has 2 furnaces. Some materials need to be smelted separately. With Zi Qingqing and Shui Tianzi's help, Qin Yun can concentrate on forging other materials. After forging one type of material, they will smelt another type. This way the process is very fast. Some materials need to be repeatedly burned and then forged. This process is very complicated. This kind of magic tool requires many materials. What is it used for? Zi Qingqing asked curiously as she picked up a strange green stone from the furnace and placed it on Qin Yun's forging table. Qin Yun rubbed her somewhat round and absolutely beautiful face and said with smile, "This pagoda can replace the 9 condensation Dao formation. I only need to place the Regent Origin Stone inside the pagoda, and it will release the energy of the Regent Origin Stone under my control. There are 7 floors inside. Each floor has a storage space inside. It can store many materials." Shui Tianzi gently smiled. "Little brother Yun, whatever you refine, you are very awesome. Sister Yao Fong said that your past life was also like this." While talking and laughing, she arrived beside Qin Yun and gently wiped the sweat on his face. She is very considerate. You must learn many things from Sister Yao Fong. It will be very beneficial for you in the future, Qin Yun said with smile. Sister Yao Fong is also very good to us. Zi Qingqing nodded with smile. It can be seen that they are getting along very well inside the pagoda. Qin Yun continued forging materials. More than 10 days later, the embryo is finished. Zi Qingqing and Shui Tianzi also returned to the 9 Sun Divine Soul. Next, Qin Yun began carving runes. This is a very tedious matter. This small pagoda uses many peculiar materials, for example space materials. It is used the most. Moreover, it uses a kind of material that can change size at will because this small pagoda can become very big. Later, I can also enter this pagoda to cultivate, or directly cultivate outside the pagoda. It will be very convenient. Qin Yun is also filled with expectation as he began carving runes. He has many star and moon runes. He can confirm that the effect of this pagoda is the same as he imagined. The most difficult to carve is the 9 condensation sun rune. Because this is a very complicated magic tool, Qin Yun cannot directly use Gemini Treasure Mirror to project 9 condensation sun rune. Gemini Treasure Mirror can only be used when crafting talismans or refining small and medium-sized formations. It took more than 10 days to carve runes. After Qin Yun finished, he began testing the effect of the pagoda. He placed all the high-quality Regent Origin stones he has on the first floor. Best quality Regent Origin stones are placed on the second floor, King quality Regent Origin stones are placed on the third floor. Fourth and fifth floor are used to plant medicinal ingredient. Sixth floor is used to plant immortal origins. And seventh floor is a suite, it has a room, a cultivation room, a living room, a bathroom and so on. He placed the pagoda on the table, then with a thought, he entered the cultivation room on the seventh floor. The cultivation room is very spacious, it can accommodate dozens of people without any problem. He can directly absorb energy from Regent Origin stones here. If he wants to absorb high-quality Regent Origin stones from the first floor, he can open the 9 condensation Tao formation. If he needs a lot of energy, he can directly open the first, second and third floor and absorb high-quality, best quality and king quality Regent Origin stones. All the strange materials I collected over the years have been used up. Qin Yun lied down on the floor of the cultivation room and said with smile, "This magic tool can also evolve in the future." When he was refining, he added many dragon bones, so the surface is very firm. Let's call it 9 condensation pagoda. Qin Yun left through the small pagoda and said with very satisfied smile. After leaving the star-picking pavilion, he arrived outside and released the small pagoda. He controlled it to become bigger. After the 9 condensation pagoda became big, it looks like a grayish-black pagoda. Although it is not very beautiful, it is very firm. Qin Yun took out a sound transmission magic tool and sent message to Yi Yaoxue and Hong Mengshu, telling them to come cultivate together. Yi Yaoxue has been waiting for Qin Yun all along, so after receiving his message, she immediately went to meet up with him. Hong Mengshu is also the same, she came together with Yi Yaoxue. They have been inside the star-picking pavilion all along. Now that they came out, they saw the 9 condensation pagoda. "Xiao Yun, did you build this?" Yi Yaoxue asked in amazement. "I did." Qin Yun mischievously laughed, then controlled the 9 condensation pagoda to become small and let it fall on his hand. This kind of magic tool is very useful, especially when going out, Hong Mengshu said in admiration. Qin Yun threw the 9 condensation pagoda and it became more than 30 meters tall. "Let's go in." Qin Yun pulled them and flew to the 7th floor through the window. "Why do you want to cultivate in here? Can't we cultivate in the star-picking pavilion?" Yi Yaoxue was brought into the cultivation room by Qin Yun. She looked all around and said, "The room you made is a bit simple and crude. It is made with very hard materials. I am too lazy to make it more refined, I will just make do with it." Qin Yun secretly controlled the first floor 9 condensation Tao formation and sent energy into the cultivation room. In a flash, the cultivation room became filled with rich energy. After sensing the energy inside, Hong Mengshu and Yi Yaoxue are very amazed. They immediately realized the use of this pagoda. Qin Yun said with smile, "There are many Regent Origin stones on the lower floor. This way I can absorb as much energy as I need." "Truly refreshing," Hong Mengshu said with smile. "Quickly let Sister Qinqing and Sister Tianzi come out." Qin Yun also let out Zi Qinqing and Shui Tianzi. He wants to cultivate together with them. Zi Qinqing, Shui Tianzi and Hong Mengshu cultivated together with Yi Yaoxue last time. It caused their martial spirits to mutate. It is very beneficial to them. This time, we should be able to reach peak martial emperor. Hong Mengshu said, "Senior Sister Yi and Brother Yun, you two absorb a lot of energy every time, but breakthrough is very slow. So long as we cross martial emperor realm and become half immortals, we won't need to rely on Regent Origin stones anymore." Yi Yaoxue also wants to quickly become half immortal. If she enters ancient domain, the stronger she becomes, the better. Qin Yun said, "Let's begin." This time Yi Yaoxue is still the one leading the energy circulation. Chapter 1049. Evil Storm. Chapter 1049. Evil Storm Qin Yun has absorbed a lot of energy, but his cultivation has been increasing very slowly. The main reason is because his body is absorbing a lot of energy while cultivating. Moreover, Nether Sun also needs to absorb a lot of energy to break through. Because she has heavenly rune martial spirit, her Tao core is extraordinary, so she needs to absorb a lot of energy to break through. Before Qin Yun entered seclusion, he contacted Granny Star and asked her about the situation outside. 9 Sun Sex people are actively participating in the fight against Ghost Beast Overlord. 100 Pagoda Sect is now very safe, because Ghost Beast Overlord has not approached for many days. As for the current situation, Qin Yun is also not very clear. After Xiao Yueme came out of seclusion in Star Picking Pavilion, she found out that Qin Yun is cultivating and did not disturb him. Instead, she went to buy talisman papers to craft Mysterious Penetration Dao Talisman. Her small mirror has recorded Qin Yun's Mysterious Penetration Divine Ability Martial Spirit, so she can use it. She is not crafting Mysterious Penetration Dao Talisman for herself, rather she is crafting it for Qin Yun. At the same time, she wants to satisfy the craving of an inscription master. Xiao Yueme is crafting talismans inside Star Traveling Pagoda when she suddenly heard a commotion outside. She hastily stored her tools and ran downstairs. A large group of people has arrived outside Star Traveling Pagoda's entrance. Xiao Yueme saw 2 very familiar figures among them. One is Su Xiaoba and the other is Su Lun. Apart from them, everyone else is very unfamiliar, but they are very strong. Among them is a white-clothed old woman standing beside Su Xiaoba. Her entire body is releasing threatening half-immortal power. Her expression is also somewhat ice-cold. Su Xiaoba crossed his arms over his chest and yelled, "Little girl, call your brother out. My brother is in seclusion. Little shameless puppy, why are you looking for him?" Xiao Yueme lightly groaned and said, "Little girl, you dare to curse my grandson?" That old woman flew into a rage and wanted to rush over. Su Luan immediately shouted, "Lu Jiao, don't act recklessly. That old woman is called Lu Jiao, she is very strong, she seems to be a bit stronger than Su Luan. She calls herself Su Xiaoba's grandmother, that means she is Su Luan's wife." Xiao Yueme hastily returned to the Star Traveling Pagoda and delicately groaned and said, "He bet with me twice and lost both times. But he did not fulfill the terms of the bet. If he is not a little shameless dog, then what is he? This is 100 Pagoda Sect, she is not afraid of Lu Jiao acting recklessly." "Xiaoba, is that so?" Lu Jiao looked at Su Xiaoba and asked. "That is true, but she used some tricks to defeat me." Su Xiaoba's expression is filled with unwillingness as he said, "She wants me to call her great aunt, I am not willing." Su Luan said in low voice, "Jiao, don't provoke Venerable Master Qin. We were able to enter the ancient domain because of him." Lu Jiao glared at Su Luan and said, "I did not provoke him, I just want him to fight Xiaoba again. Xiaoba lost and is very unconvinced. Don't you want to convince him wholeheartedly?" "My brother said that he will refine a puppet to fight this little shameless dog." Xiao Yueme said, "Little girl, you are not allowed to insult my grandson again." Lu Jiao furiously said, "There are a few half-immortals behind her, they are her helpers." Xiao Yueme can also see that Lu Jiao is not from Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain, she is a big boss of a sect in transcending Xian Sea region. "He lost a few bets with me and did not call me great aunt. He is acting shamelessly, he deserves to be scolded by me. Of course, if he doesn't want to be scolded by me, then give me 10 king quality Regent Origin Stones and we will write it off, how about it?" Xiao Yueme thought about it and said, "Alright." Lu Jiao is very principled, she took out 10 king quality Regent Origin Stones and threw them towards Xiao Yueme. After Xiao Yueme received them, she said with smile, "Su Xiaoba, my brother is in seclusion, it is not convenient for him to come out. As soon as he comes out, I will immediately notify you. Su Xiaoba is very unreconciled as he said, "Little girl, how about this, you fight me in place of your brother?" Xiao Yuemei has been in seclusion for about a month. Because her mirror has obtained Gemini heavenly rune, her cultivation has increased by leaps and bounds. Now she is also a martial emperor. "I don't know how to fight," Xiao Yuemei said with smile. "How about we compete in speed? I am very afraid of death, so I can run very fast. If you lose to me, you just have to call me Grand Aunt, just once." Su Xiaoba thought about it. He feels that he is a peak martial emperor and Xiao Yuemei is at most an initial stage martial emperor. No matter what, it is impossible for her to be faster than him. "Alright, if you lose, you will call me grandfather, what do you think?" Su Xiaoba also agreed. Many people don't know whether to laugh or cry. This bet between these two is truly child's play. "If you act shamelessly, I will call you little shameless dog the next time I see you." Xiao Yuemei curled her lips and said, "Alright." Su Xiaoba feels that this is a competition of strength. He will surely win. If he loses, it means that his skill is not up to par. Granny Star is also here. She is somewhat worried that Xiao Yuemei will lose. Everyone is very clear about Su Xiaoba's strength. Even though he lost to Qin Yun, his strength is still very dreadful. Especially his astonishing destructive power, as well as his body's recovery power, it is still fresh in everyone's memory. Lu Jiao said, "How about this, you run east from here, Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's ship will stop there. Whoever reaches the bow of the ship first will be the winner." Alright. Xiao Yuemei walked out of the star-traveling pagoda and looked towards east. 1, 2, 3. Begin. Lu Jiao loudly said. As soon as she finished speaking, Su Xiaoba disappeared without a trace. Xiao Yuemei cursed in low voice and immediately chased after him. Su Xiaoba's speed is indeed very fast. Xiao Yuemei is lagging behind by a lot. Lu Jiao, Su Luan and Granny Star are chasing after him. Haha. This time Xiaoba will win for sure. Lu Jiao very happily said with smile. Her eyes are filled with doting love. Xiao Yuemei is flying in the sky. Originally she was lagging behind, but now she suddenly rushed to the front. Every once in a while, she would be able to jump a great distance. What is going on with this little girl? Lu Jiao cannot help but cry out in alarm. Granny Star and Su Luan are also incomparably amazed. That is space power. This little girl has space martial spirit? She just passed through space, but she can't do it continuously. She needs to wait for a period of time. Su Luan yelled from behind in alarm. It must be known that Xiao Yuemei's mirror has recorded all kinds of rare and strange martial spirits that she can use. Xiao Yuemei frequently uses space martial spirit, so she is very proficient in it. Not long after, Xiao Yuemei caught up and overtook Su Xiaoba in a short while. Su Xiaoba loudly cursed. He is already using his fastest speed, but he is still not as fast as Xiao Yuemei. Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile. This baby is still too tender, he wants to compete with Big Sister? Dream on. She is now leading by a large margin. Su Xiaoba can only chase after her with great difficulty. Xiao Yuemei has the memories of her past life. Moreover, she was a crafty old fox in her past life. A reckless person like Su Xiaoba is not her match at all. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's ship is right ahead. Xiao Yuemei flew out of 100 Pagoda Sec's exit and landed on the bow of the ship. Su Xiaoba's speed is also very fast. He arrived in a short while, but he lost. I won. Xiao Yuemei very happily smiled and said, "Quickly call me Great Aunt. Just once, I will call you Great Aunt." Su Xiaoba curled his lips and yelled, "Great Aunt!" Xiao Yuemei very happily giggled. Lu Jiao patted Su Xiaoba's head and comforted him. "Xiaoba, this little girl has space martial spirit, she did not use her true speed to defeat you. You don't need to be discouraged, you are still the fastest among martial emperors." Xiao Yuemei suddenly said with frown, "Seniors, Can you sense a kind of energy filled with evil energy? Su Luan immediately began to earnestly sense, because Xiao Yueme predicted that the heavenly mountain would explode. No. Su Luan promptly shook his head. Xiao Yueme closed her eyes and began using time martial spirit's power to predict the future. I have a bad premonition, we must quickly enter the barrier. Xiao Yueme yelled and hastily entered the barrier. Our ship is here, there shouldn't be any problem, right? Su Xiaoba said. They are still standing on the bow of the ship. Granny Star and Xiao Yueme have already entered the barrier of 100 Pagoda Sect. You guys also come in. Xiao Yueme yelled. We won't enter, what is there to be afraid of? In the spirit desolate Xian domain, apart from the 9 sun sects, who can be our opponent? Lu Jiao very disdainfully said. Just as she finished speaking, a large amount of black astral wind suddenly rushed over from the distant sky. The ship floating in the air was also shaken by the wind. Su Luan and Lu Jiao's expression greatly changed when they sensed the incomparably evil energy. Everyone enter the cabin and activate the formation. Su Luan yelled. Lu Jiao really did not expect that Xiao Yueme would be able to sense this dreadful energy. A white energy barrier appeared outside the ship. 100 Pagoda Sect's barrier sensed the formidable energy attack and immediately closed all the entrances and exit. Now the barrier of 100 Pagoda Sect is letting out a burst of whistling sound. This is also a kind of warning sound. What is that? Granny Star saw the black storm and red thunder rushing over and yelled in alarm. Is this world extermination heavenly calamity? It shouldn't be. World extermination heavenly calamity can't be this evil, right? Granny Star, we should quickly return to star-traveling pagoda, Xiao Yueme said. Boom boom boom, Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain ship has been enveloped by the berserk black astral wind. The barrier of the ship has been bombarded by all kinds of red thunder, issuing very dreadful sound. The evil storm suddenly arrived and bombarded the barrier of 100 Pagoda Sect. The higher-ups of 100 Pagoda Sect are also alarmed. Shin Beijian is standing at the top of his pagoda. He took out a sound transmission magic tool and sent sound transmission to all the sect masters of the 9 Sun Sect. Then he summoned all the half-immortals of the various pagoda sections. These are truly troubled times. Shin Beijian let out a long sigh. Chapter 1050. Evil calamity descends. Xiao Yueme and Granny Star are looking at the sky from the top of star-traveling pagoda. Now the sky looks like doomsday has arrived. It is enveloped by dense black evil energy and dreadful red thunder and lightning are dropping down unceasingly. Granny Star, what exactly is going on? Xiao Yueme is deeply worried and said in low voice. Will this affect the construction of the Starry Sky Road? Granny Star shook her head and said, I also don't know, wait for the sect masters of the 9 Sun Sects to come. They are formidable 9 Sun Sects, they will surely have a way to deal with this. Yushutian arrived at the top of star-traveling pagoda through Starry Sky teleportation formation. She saw the strange scene in the sky and said with frown, This is caused by world extermination heavenly disaster. It is very normal for this kind of scene to appear before world extermination. Sister Tiantian, what exactly is going on? Xiao Yueme hastily grabbed Yushutian's little hand seeing her arrive. Yushutian's expression is grave as she said, I also read about it in ancient books. The reason why this evil calamity appeared is because too many living beings have died in Devil Desolate, Martial Desolate and Devil Beast Desolate. They have accumulated too much evil energy, causing many dead living beings to come back to life. Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realm is also affected by the world extermination power. In other words, it won't be long before a large number of evil beings come back to life. Xiao Yueme cannot help but shiver. She looked at the black evil mist in the sky and muttered, Doesn't that mean that it will be very dangerous outside? Yushutian nodded and said, Indeed. According to ancient records, this evil calamity is mainly formed in Devil Desolate. Devil Desolate has gathered a large amount of evil energy and resentment, giving birth to a large number of dreadful evil devil beings. Devil Desolate also has many formidable Devil Dao sects. As for the devils of the Devil Dao sects, they did not flee when the power of world extermination arrived. If they come back to life, their power will surely be very dreadful. Granny Star asked, "Doesn't that mean that many devil people and devil monsters will come here?" "That should be the case. It won't be long before they arrive. Those devil cultivators and devil monsters have absorbed the evil energy of a large amount of departed spirits. If we are exposed outside for too long without any defensive measures, we will also turn into evil devils." Yu Shutian said, "9 Sun sects should know about this. The large ship outside 100 Pagoda sects barrier has already left. It is unknown where it is flying to. Many people from the 9 Sun sects were dealing with the ghostly beasts at the Ghost Beast Remote Lake." Granny Star said, "I will immediately report this matter to Pagoda Master Shin." After Granny Star left, Yu Shutian asked Xiao Yueme, "Yueme, is a Yun still in seclusion?" Xiao Yueme nodded. I wonder when he will come out? Are you looking for him?" "Yes. I remember he said that after going to Ancient Domain, he will return to transcending Xian Sea region." Yu Shutian said, "Indeed, he wants to find Immortal Gate." Xiao Yueme also knows that Qin Yun wants to go to Immortal Desolate urgently. The Starry Sky Road cannot exist forever. After we go to Ancient Domain, the Starry Sky Road built in Spirit Desolate Xian Domain will most likely be destroyed. If a Yun wants to return, he will need to build a Starry Sky teleportation formation in transcending Xian Sea region ahead of time. Yu Shutian said, "Yueme, you can also see the current situation, right? It will not be long before Xian Domain is destroyed. Sister Tiantian, what are your plans after going to Ancient Domain?" Xiao Yueme asked. "I don't know. In short, I will become stronger first. With formidable strength, it will be very easy to do anything." Yu Shutian laughed. "Yueme, what about you?" "I want to follow my brother." Xiao Yueme leaned on the railing at the top of the pagoda and said in soft voice, "I want to travel with him." In her past life, she often followed Qin Yun everywhere to deceive people. Yu Shutian said, "Yueme, how about you advise your brother not to go to transcending Xian Sea region? He can also cross 7th half Immortal Tribulation in Ancient Domain. At that time, he can also go to Immortal Desolate." Xiao Yueme said, "Ancient Domain is in the Starry Sky. If he crosses 7th half Immortal Tribulation in Ancient Domain, will he also appear in Immortal Desolate?" "Of course not, there are different space in Starfield. Spirit Desolate has Spirit Desolate's Starfield space and Immortal Desolate has Immortal Desolate's Starfield space. Although they are connected together, there is a natural barrier that prevents people from crossing." Yu Shutian said. Xiao Yueme also knows about this. She looked at the sky and said, "For example, we can see the moon, but if we want to fly up, we will be blocked. Because the area where the moon is located belongs to Immortal Desolate's Starfield space." Yu Shutian said with smile, "Indeed, if we cross half Immortal Tribulation in Ancient Domain, we will be sucked into Immortal Desolate's Starfield space. The area where the sun is located belongs to Divine Desolate's Starfield space. Only by going to Divine Desolate can we fly to the sun. Sister Tiantian, we might have to separate in the future. When the time comes, how will I find you in the boundless star sea?" Xiao Yueme is very reluctant to part with Yu Shutian. She gloomily pouted and shook Yu Shutian's hand. Yu Shutian gently smiled, gently caressed Xiao Yueme's cheek and said with faint sigh, "Yueme, I am also reluctant to part with you. I am reluctant to part with Mengshu and the others. I am reluctant to part with my good friends. However, I must find the answer. I want to know where I came from, who my parents are, why I am in spirit desolate. I believe that we will meet again in the future. Xiao Yuemei nodded, then held hands with Yu Shutian and looked outside. Now the barrier is completely open, it is being maintained by many immortal origins. Although it is emitting bursts of sound from time to time, it is very stable. The evil storm has not stopped, instead it is becoming stronger and stronger. 100 Pagoda sect's disciples are all panic-stricken, because the activity outside is truly too great. Dense evil aura blotted out the sky and sun. Even though it is broad daylight now, the 8 suns in the sky have been completely blocked out. Dense clouds filled with evil aura collided in the sky and released red lightning, causing the earth to be filled with blood. Roar, roar, roar. Suddenly a burst of roar came from the sky. Quickly look. Xiao Yuemei pointed at the sky and yelled. It's lizard evil dragon. Yu Shutian yelled in alarm. Under the illumination of the red lightning, a large number of several 100-meter long and over 1,000-meter long lizard evil dragon are flapping their wings and crazily attacking the barrier. 100 Pagoda sect's barrier is very strong, but now that it is being attacked by so many formidable giant beasts, it caused people to feel extreme fear. Granny Star has also returned. Quickly enter the pagoda. I am worried that the barrier will be breached. Granny Star yelled. What? 100 Pagoda sect's barrier is very strong. Yu Shutian said in amazement. All pagoda masters are holding a meeting just now, they have already prepared for the worst. All disciples should return to their own pagoda. It will be safer inside the pagoda. Granny Star said. Every pagoda's barrier has been tested for a very long time. Even the weakest pagoda can withstand the attacks of 6th Tribulation half-immortals. Some of them can even launch a counterattack. Xiao Yuemei and Yu Shutian hastily left the top of the pagoda and entered the pagoda. From the window they can see that there are many giant beasts flying in the sky. They are unceasingly attacking the barrier. Some of them are badly battered and bleeding, but they don't seem to have any intention of stopping. Have these things gone mad? Xiao Yuemei said. If this goes on, it will be even more difficult to build the Starry Sky Road in Xian Domain. Indeed. Only by building the Starry Sky Road in Xian Domain can we reach Ancient Domain. Yu Shutian let out a long sigh. Let's see if 9 Sun sects can do anything. Granny Star said. 9 Sun sects people have already returned to their ships. Xiao Yuemei said. If 100 Pagoda sect's barrier is breached, then won't Ghost Beast Overlord be able to come over? Granny Star did not speak. Ghost Beast Overlord is also a great threat. World extermination heavenly calamity is coming, it is destined to come. Yu Shutian looked outside the window with frown. Now we must build the Starry Sky Road as soon as possible. Pagoda Master Shin said that he will find a way to let other 9 Sun sects enter our 100 Pagoda sect's barrier and then build the Starry Sky Road inside our 100 Pagoda sect. Now let's see how long 100 Pagoda sect's barrier can last. Granny Star said. 100 Pagoda sect's 100 pagodas are located in a large mountainous region. The barrier they created is also very large. Jian family and people from ordinary realm of spirit desolate, even though they are inside, they don't feel crowded at all. Within Xian Domain, only 100 Pagoda sect has such a large barrier. 9 suns have lost 1 sun, the suppression of evil power is insufficient. Even in immortal desolate, evil spirits and devils will gradually increase. If we don't want to be affected, we can only go to Starry Sky. Yu Shutian said. Qin Yun is now on a small star in the starry sky. He doesn't know the crisis 100 Pagoda sect is facing. 1 month later, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua finally broke through. Yi Yaoshua has smoothly become peak Martial Emperor and Qin Yun is only mid-stage Martial Emperor. Finally, Hong Mengshu, Zi Qingqing and Shui Tianzi have also become peak Martial Emperors. The next stage of tribulation is about to begin. Although Yi Yaoshua has broken through, she has not woken up yet. Her red heavenly rune martial spirit has become bigger. Let's go out and let her cultivate in peace. Qin Yun left 9 condensation pagoda with his women. Before leaving, Qin Yun looked at the consumed Regent Origin stones. Thousands of high-quality Regent Origin stones have been used up. Luckily he still has 2,000 best-quality Regent Origin stones and several hundred king-quality Regent Origin stones. Qin Yun just came out of 9 condensation pagoda. He did not see Xiao Yueme outside, instead he saw Yu Shutian. Seeing Qin Yun come out, Yu Shutian hastily walked over and yelled, "A Yun, something big has happened." "What big matter?" Qin Yun is very engrossed in his cultivation, so he doesn't know what is happening outside. Spirit Desolate Xian Domain is filled with formidable evil spirits and devils. And the Ghost Beast Overlord is even more savage. Yu Shutian said, "I have only been in seclusion for a month. How did it become like this? I will immediately go to Star Traveling Pagoda to take a look." Qin Yun said. Chapter 1051. Righteous Energy. Qin Yun hastily walked towards the Starry Sky teleportation formation and left for 100 Pagoda Sect. He followed behind Yu Shutian and arrived at Star Traveling Pagoda. He saw Xiao Yueme and Granny Star anxiously pacing back and forth. "Brother, you finally came out of seclusion. The situation outside is very bad." When Xiao Yueme saw Qin Yun, she walked forward and pulled Qin Yun's hand. She said worriedly, "The people from the 9 Sun sects are trapped outside. Why don't they hide inside Transcending Xian Sea region?" Qin Yun asked. "If they leave, 100 Pagoda sects barrier will be breached very quickly." Xiao Yueme said with sigh, "They still can't deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. If 100 Pagoda sect is exterminated, they won't be able to fulfill their contract." Qin Yun thought for a bit and said, "Yueme, here are 9 star spirits, use them to condense 9 overwhelming righteous martial spirits. Then wait here for my return." He hastily left Star Traveling Pagoda and arrived at the edge of the barrier. Granny Star also followed after him. Shen Beijian learned that Qin Yun came out of seclusion and hastily rushed over. Old Feitian, Pagoda Master Murong and others are trapped outside. They are asking me whether or not there is a way to bring them into 100 Pagoda sect. Shen Beijian said. 100 Pagoda City and Heaven's Pride City are also very strong. What is the situation now? Qin Yun asked. They have all been exterminated. Many people are fleeing to Transcending Xian Sea region. Spirit Desolate Xian Domain is doomed to be exterminated. I just did not expect that so many evil spirits would appear before the world extermination, heavenly calamity. Shen Beijian said with sigh. Qin Yun flew towards the large ship ahead. It is River Sun Palace Master's ship. It is Crystal Dragon Boat. They are now outside, using the weapons on the large ship to defend against those crazily attacking formidable evil spirits and evil spirit. Heaven and earth are pitch black, covered by dense black evil fog. It is impossible to see the sun. Within the darkness, countless evil spirits and evil spirits are blotting out the sky and covering the earth. They are besieging 100 Pagoda sect and those large ships. Those large ships belong to 9 Sun sects. They are very formidable. They released protective barrier that can resist the ferocious attacks of evil spirits and evil spirits. After Qin Yun arrived, he can clearly see how dreadful those evil spirits and evil spirits are. Although the people from the 9 Suns sect were very strong, they could not withstand the attacks of countless powerful evil beings. Shen Beijian said. In the first few days they were still able to kill the evil spirits and devils in the vicinity. But later on there were too many of them. I don't know how long it will take to kill them, so they all hid inside the ship. Now they are also trying to think of a way to get in. 100 Pagoda sect's barrier cannot be opened, otherwise the evil spirits and devils outside will rush in. It will be very dangerous. In this way, it would be very difficult for the Nine Suns sects to enter. Qin Yun also received Ing Qingyu's sound transmission. He is currently on Su Luan's ship. Old Feitian and City Master Murong are also there. Pagoda Master Qin, do you have any method? Shin Beijian asked. Yes, but I can't do it quickly. Let them hold on for a while longer. Qin Yun looked up at the sky. The gigantic beasts that were hundreds of meters long and over 1,000 meters long were constantly smashing into the barrier. The impact caused rumbling sounds that were incomparably frightening. Every time they saw this scene, 100 Pagoda sects people became very worried that the barrier would not be able to hold on. Soon after, Qin Yun discussed with River Sun Palace Master and Golden Sun Sect Master. They said that they can hold on for a few more days. If they can't do anything, they can only arrange for a group of people to hide in Transcending Xianxi region. Qin Yun is now waiting for Xiao Yueme. As long as she can condense enough overwhelming righteous martial spirits, they will be able to refine magic tools that can expel evil spirit. Pagoda Master Qin, inside Transcending Xianxi region, there are many other powerful sects other than the Nine Suns sects. Although their overall strength is not as good as the Nine Suns sects, they are not too bad. These powerful sects also want to enter ancient domain. Shin Beijian said, "This matter was told to me by the people of the Nine Suns sects. After the Starry Sky Road is finished, we can let them come, but we will need to take back some benefits." Qin Yun said, "I also have the same idea." Shin Beijian looked at the sky and said with sigh, "Our 100 Pagoda sects barrier should be able to hold on for a while. If the Nine Suns sects can come in, with their help, our barrier will be even more stable." After Xiao Yueme's cultivation broke through, her mirror has become a lot stronger and the speed at which she can condense her spirit body has become even faster. "Brother, you should return to Star Traveling Pagoda, I should be almost done," Xiao Yueme said. Qin Yun immediately rushed back. After returning to Star Traveling Pagoda, Xiao Yueme saw Qin Yun and immediately handed over 9 soul-sealing pearls to him. Qin Yun hastily brought her into a secret room and began refining things. A few days passed by. There are now 9 pearls floating in front of Qin Yun. He hastily refined them using light runes and overwhelming righteous martial spirit. Moreover, he also fused a very small amount of immortal origins inside. Those immortal origins are what Qin Yun asked Shin Beijian for. "Yueme, take one. If you are besieged by evil spirits, take it out and you will be safe." Qin Yun handed over the pearl to Xiao Yueme and said again, "You can make the pearl very big." "Thank you, brother." Xiao Yueme nodded. Qin Yun took the other 8 pearls and brought Xiao Yueme towards the direction where the large ships are gathered. Outside the barrier, those large ships are flying back and forth, using the formidable barrier released by the large ships to ram the evil beasts in the vicinity. After Qin Yun arrived, he took out the 8 pearls, formed a large ring and erected it beside the barrier. Xiao Yueme also took out the pearl Qin Yun gave her. Now there are 9 pearls. 9 large white pearls are releasing intense white light. They revolved around each other and formed a large white ring gate. Originally the surroundings were very dark, but after the white light appeared, all the evil energy in the surroundings was blown away. All the evil spirits and devils within the radius of several hundred li don't dare to approach after being illuminated by the white light. Even those evil spirits and devils who are not afraid of death, after approaching, their energy weakened and they fell to the ground. Shin Beijian and many pagoda masters of 100 Pagoda sect are looking at this scene in amazement. Venerable Master Qin's move is truly extraordinary, River Sun Palace Master said with smile. The half-immortals of the 9 Sun sects are also very happy because they will be able to enter 100 Pagoda sect very soon. Pagoda Master Shin, open the barrier. Evil spirits and devils won't dare to approach, Qin Yun said. Soon after, he contacted the big shots of the 9 Sun sects and ordered them to guard the entrance. If any evil spirits or devils approach, they will immediately attack and kill them. Shin Beijian and a few old men used a pearl to open a hole in the barrier. The hole is very big, it is enough for the large ships to enter. When the large ships enter, they also pass through the large ring formed by 9 overwhelming righteous pearls. This way, if evil spirits or devils want to enter, they will be illuminated by intense light. Not long after, all the large ships entered 100 Pagoda sect. Shin Beijian also hastily closed the barrier. Qin Yun shrunk the 9 pearls and handed over one of them to Xiao Yueme. Pagoda Master Shin, now you will arrange the construction of the Starry Sky Road. Qin Yun said. After 9 Sun Sect's people arrived, they hastily greeted Qin Yun and repeatedly praised his skill. After Qin Yun greeted them with smile, he let them and 100 Pagoda sect's inscription masters discuss the construction of the Starry Sky Road. After Qin Yun returned to Star Traveling Pagoda, Su Luan also followed him. Apart from Su Luan, there are also Su Xiaoba and Lu Jiao. On the way, Qin Yun learned from Xiao Yueme that Lu Jiao is Su Luan's wife, but she is not from Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. Venerable Master Qin, I also saw your skill earlier. If it were not for you, we would not even know how to enter this place. Lu Jiao said. Qin Yun took out 5 pearls and handed them over to Granny Star. He asked her to send them to the sky and drive away the evil spirits and devils that are attacking the barrier. Granny Lu, if you have something to say, just say it, Qin Yun said with smile. Su Xiaoba very much wants to fight with Qin Yun again, but he did not say anything because he knows that Qin Yun's position is very high now. He can only obediently watch from the side. There are other sects in transcending Xian Sea region who want to enter, but under the current situation, it will not be easy for them to enter. I hope Venerable Master Qin can help us. Lu Jiao said. This pearl can be big or small. Place it on a large ship and illuminate the entire ship. That way, the ship will be able to come and go safely. Qin Yun handed over a pearl to Lu Jiao and said again, when you return, we will also welcome you like before. Alright. Lu Jiao nodded and very happily grabbed the pearl. After we return, we will surely return this pearl to Venerable Master Qin. Many thanks, Venerable Master Qin. Su Luan said with smile. You are welcome. Qin Yun nodded and then sent off Su Luan and Lu Jiao. Xiao Yueme said with smile. That Su Xiaoba is still thinking of fighting you. He just doesn't want to fight him, he is worried to death. Qin Yun shook his head and said with smile. Yueme, go find some overwhelming righteous martial spirits, we will need to refine more of those pearls. Brother, those pearls are very useful. Those people from 9 Sun sects saw them just now, they will surely want one of them. Xiao Yueme said with charming smile. Is it very difficult for you to refine overwhelming righteous martial spirits? Qin Yun asked. Not at all, it will be very fast. Xiao Yueme still has some star spirits, she can continue to refine more. Qin Yun also went to refine more pearls. After Xiao Yueme finishes refining overwhelming righteous martial spirits, she will immediately refine more overwhelming righteous pearls. 9 Sun sects have been passed down for many years, they have abundant resources in their hands. Only by joining hands will they be able to quickly build a stable Starry Sky Road. Qin Yun is very anxious to go to Ancient Domain, so he can only join hands with them. Now he is very worried that after the Starry Sky Road is finished, 100 Pagoda sect's barrier will not be able to withstand it. So he wants to refine more overwhelming righteous pearls, just in case. More than 10 days passed by. Yi Yaoxue came out of the 9 Condensation Pagoda. She has become peak martial emperor, now she is even more confident. Chapter 1052. Yaoshue's past Qin Yun stored away the 9 Condensation Pagoda. Now he has refined several tens of evil-repelling pearls, using overwhelming righteous martial spirit. He gave one to Yi Yaoxue. Yi Yaoshua left star-picking pavilion and arrived at 100 Pagoda Sect. Seeing the situation outside, she cannot help but jump in fright. Although she heard Xiao Yuemei's description, seeing it with her own eyes, she realized how dreadful it is. The entire 100 Pagoda Sect is surrounded by all kinds of formidable evil spirits and devils. The most dreadful are those super-huge beasts. They are unceasingly colliding with the barrier, causing people to worry that the barrier will be destroyed. Luckily, there are a few evil-repelling pearls flying in the sky. They can reduce the impact of the huge beasts. Those things outside are not ghost beast emperors. Even if we kill them, we won't have any great harvest. Xiao Yuemei is at the top of the pagoda looking at a huge bat that is falling down. The pitch-black bat looks like a mountain as it directly smashed down. Luckily there is a barrier blocking it, otherwise the bat would have exploded with black evil blood that would have rained down like rain. These things came from Devil Desolate. Lan Chun rubbed his bald head and said with smile, "When my cultivation is almost done, it will be better to go to Starry Sky. There are not that many dreadful evil spirits and devils there." Qin Yun said with smile, "There are many bandits in Starry Sky. I met them before. It is easier to deal with than those evil spirits and devils. Wait until I go to Ancient Domain. If I don't meet my expectations, I will wander around in Starry Sky." Lan Chun said, "Old Lan, you have Star Totem. It will be very easy for you to roam around in Starry Sky." Qin Yun said, "Maybe." Lan Chun said with smile, "I studied in Star Traveling Pagoda for so long, didn't I do it to roam around in Starry Sky?" Qin Yun suddenly took out a sound transmission magic tool and said, "Senior Su and the others have returned. Su Luan is already outside the barrier." Qin Yun contacted Shin Beijian and others and then flew towards the direction of Su Luan's large ship. Shin Beijian also knows about this matter, so he brought some people to open the barrier. Just like before, Qin Yun used the pearls to open the barrier, preventing the evil spirits and devils outside from entering. After Su Luan flew the large ship into 100 Pagoda Sect, Shin Beijian immediately closed the barrier. The ship continued to fly towards a relatively spacious area. Shin Beijian went to greet them. As for Qin Yun, he stayed on the top floor of Star Picking Pavilion. He was currently researching the Starry Sky teleportation formation. He wanted to make a Starry Sky teleportation formation so that he could teleport back from the Ancient Domain. The Nine Suns sects would need another month to finish building the Starry Sky path. This is already very fast, only because 100 Pagoda Sect is being attacked by a great number of evil spirits and devils. People feel that it is very slow. Time was also rather tight for Qin Yun, because he wants to make a Starry Sky teleportation formation as soon as possible so that he can safely return from Ancient Domain. Therefore, he spent the past few days in the Zhai Xing Pavilion reading up on all kinds of knowledge. After studying it for a few days, he started to make a teleportation circle. What he refined was an array disk. He used special materials to refine a large disk. Then, he carved all sorts of runes on the large disk and then placed energy inside. Even if I successfully refine it, it can only be used once. Qin Yun borrowed many materials and began refining the large disk. The process of refining the large disk was not too difficult because the materials were relatively easy to process. The most difficult part is carving runes later on. Starry Sky teleportation formation requires a great number of star runes and space runes. Qin Yun has all of these runes, but he needs to carve them in many groups. Luckily he has Star Lord Inscription Spirit. It allows him to control star runes very easily. Star Totem also needs. This kind of ancient Starry Sky teleportation formation is very difficult to refine. Qin Yun feels that it is very difficult even with Star Lord Inscription Spirit, let alone other people. More than 20 days passed by in the blink of an eye. Qin Yun also received notice that the Starry Sky Road will be finished in a few days. Qin Yun's starry sky teleportation array is almost complete. He has made a total of 2. One was placed in the Xian domain, and the other could only be used in the ancient domain. Yi Yaoshua found out that Qin Yun came out of the secret room and very happily came to find him. Xiao Yuemei and Yu Shutian arrived together. Xiao Yun, I found my parents. They are second tribulation half-immortals, they are very strong. Yi Yaoshua very happily said with smile. Qin Yun asked in amazement. How did your parents suddenly appear? Where did they come from? Yu Shutian said with smile. Senior sister Ye's parents are very good, they even gave us many precious gifts. Xiao Yuemei also nodded and said, Brother, they also said that they want to see you. Qin Yun looked at Yi Yaoshua and said with smile, Senior sister, although there are rumors outside saying that you are my little wife, you and I both know that it is all false. Please clearly explain this matter to your parents. Yi Yaoshua giggled and said, Xiao Yun, my parents have always been in transcending Xian Sea region. It was my master who brought me to 100 Pagoda sect. It is mainly because my master feels that I am not suitable to stay in transcending Xian Sea region. However, I am certain that my parents and I are related by blood. Medicine King Chu used a secret method to verify this for me. Medicine King Chu came with 9 Sun sex people. He did not go through tribulation. Senior sister, wait until I finish my work here, I will go see them. Qin Yun said with smile. Yi Yaoshua and the others also know that Qin Yun is very busy. They found out that Qin Yun came out and immediately came to inform him. Alright, then I will return to Star Traveling Pagoda. They are now together with Senior Su. Yi Yaoshua said with smile. She has been separated from her family since she was a child. Now that she has found her parents, she is very happy. Yu Shutian and Hong Mengshu continued to stay in Star Picking Pavilion to read some book. Only Xiao Yuemei is still in Qin Yun's living room. Yuemei, what is the matter with senior sister's parents? Qin Yun asked. They came back with Lu Jiao and Senior Su. Xiao Yuemei said with frown. Big sister Ye's parents are very good people. Qin Yun said. This matter is not that simple. Senior sister Yi has heavenly rune martial spirit. She was brought to 100 Pagoda sect by her master and has always been a secret. Even senior sister Yi herself doesn't know about it. Xiao Yuemei also feels that there is something fishy hearing Qin Yun's words. She said, There is nothing wrong with big sister Ye's parents. The only thing that is strange is that they are a bit too enthusiastic. Hearing your words, I feel that it is very strange. I hope they won't harm senior sister. Qin Yun let out a long sigh. Senior sister is reunited with her parents, she must be very happy. But it is best to secretly warn her to be careful. Yi Yaoshua's heavenly rune martial spirit is not a small matter, it has almost evolved into a spirit. Brother, I will go pay attention and see if I can discover anything. Xiao Yuemei said with smile. But you must have some sense of propriety. Qin Yun said with smile. After Xiao Yuemei left, Qin Yun hastily entered the secret room and took out a small pagoda. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong are imprisoned inside the small pagoda. Pagoda Master Yang, Elder Zhang, have you been well? Qin Yun sent sound transmission to the 2 inside the pagoda. Well, my ass. You little bastard. What kind of benefits did you give Su Luan to make him sell us out? Yang Chongtian loudly cursed. Qin Yun, quickly release us. Otherwise, even if we become ghosts, we will not let you off. Zhang Rong furiously yelled. You truly don't know how blessed you are. Qin Yun chuckled and said, Do you know that world extermination calamity has already arrived? Qin Yun informed Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong about the situation outside. After listening, they no longer said anything. Now they know why Su Luan sold them out. It is because of mysterious penetration Dao Talisman and Starry Sky Road. Qin Yun, what do you want to do to release us? If you kill us, you will only be venting your anger. You won't get any benefits. Yang Chongtian thought about it and felt that it is better to survive first. He and Zhang Rong are people who are about to cross seventh half immortal tribulation. If they don't try, they won't be reconciled. Don't think I don't know that you sent assassins to kill me. Just based on this, there is nothing to talk about between you and me. Qin Yun said. But you are not dead. If you kill us, you will only obtain our corpses and vent your anger. There will not be any benefits. And we still have many good things in our hands. Zhang Rong said. I will first ask you a question. You are elders of First Pagoda. How much do you know about Yi Yaoxue and her master? Qin Yun asked. Regarding the matter of Yi Yaoxue and her master, no one knows it better than us. We can tell you, but you must first release us. Otherwise, don't even think about knowing. Yang Chongtian said with sneer. I will not release you unless I am stronger than you. Qin Yun said with smile. Ha ha ha. Then don't even think about knowing anything about Yi Yaoxue and her master. Yang Chongtian laughed loudly and said. Qin Yun placed the small pagoda into the third pearl of the Nine Sun Divine Soul and handed it over to Yao Fang. Yao Fang released Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong but did not attack them. Instead, she released her formidable immortal king aura to scare them. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong immediately recognized that this is the power of a formidable immortal, and they are scared half to death. After scaring them, Yao Fang locked them inside the small pagoda. Qin Yun took out the small pagoda and said, Two seniors, you can speak now. You. Who was that person just now? Yang Chongtian asked in fear. You don't need to know who he is. You only need to know that he is a formidable immortal. If you don't want to speak, I will let him use some secret technique to dig out your memories bit by bit from your soul. The process will be very painful, Qin Yun said with evil smile. I will tell you. Yang Chongtian is thoroughly terrified. He and Zhang Rong are very scared by Yao Fang. Chapter 1053. Chapter 1053. Chapter 1053. Forced marriage. Yang Chongtian, Zhang Rong, you two can rest assured, if I wanted to kill you, you would already be dead, Qin Yun said with sneer. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong's heart trembled again. After seeing Yao Fang's formidable strength, they now regret provoking Qin Yun. I will now tell you everything I know about Yi Yaoxue. Yang Chongtian calmed down and said, When Yi Yaoxue was still a baby, she was brought to 100 Pagoda sect by an old woman. That old woman is called Hua Fian. She is a fifth tribulation half immortal. When she came to 100 Pagoda sect, she was seriously injured. At that time, me and old Zhang healed her. In order to thank us, she told us the secret of Ghost Beast Emperors. Moreover, she taught us the secret method to open Ghost Beast Emperor's essence stone. Qin Yun coldly groaned and said, Then why did you hide this from senior sister Yi? This is our mistake. We were greedy, we did not want to share this secret with others. Yang Chongtian hastily said. Then why didn't senior sister Yi know about this? Qin Yun doubtfully asked. Since senior sister Yi is Hua Fian's disciple, she should also know about the secret of Ghost Beast Emperors. Zhang Rong replied. Hua Fian is indeed Yi Yaoxue's master, but she did not tell Yi Yaoxue much about her origin. She died when Yi Yaoxue was 10 years old. Did Hua Fian leave behind any important words before she died? Qin Yun thought that Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong would know many things, but it seems like they do not know much. Hua Fian warned us many times that if someone called Yi Guangtian or Hua Fengqing came to find Yi Yaoxue, we must not let them see her. Later on, when Yi Yaoxue was 15 years old, someone indeed came to find her. Yang Chongtian hastily said. Hearing the names Yi Guangtian and Hua Fengqing, Qin Yun's heart is moved because he suspects that these are the names of Yi Yaoxue's parents. Who came to find senior sister Yi? Qin Yun asked. It was an old man. He said he was sent by Yi Guangtian and Hua Fengqing. That old man said that he came from transcending Xian Sea region's Yi Shui sect, a very powerful sect. Since he wanted to take Yi Yaoxue away, we secretly killed him, Yang Chongtian said. Yang Chongtian, Zhang Rong. If Yi Guangtian and Hua Fengqing are senior sister Ye's parents, what do you think of this matter? Moreover, senior sister Yi has already recognized her parents, Qin Yun asked. Although Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong have been defeated, they are still old foxes who have lived for many years. They certainly have their own opinions about this matter. Qin Yun, if this is truly the case, then Hua Fian is not Yi Yaoshua's master but her grandmother. Hua Fian took Yi Yaoxue away from transcending Xian Sea region while injured. Moreover, she concealed Yi Yaoshua's origin. It must be because Yi Yaoxue is very important. She must be hiding some secret on her body. Yang Chongtian said after thinking for a while. Zhang Rong also said, "It is also possible that her parents want to do something detrimental to her. She is indeed a rare super genius. She must be hiding some secrets on her body." Yi Yaoshue's greatest secret is her heavenly rune martial spirit. According to Yao Feng, Xie Qiru and Xiao Yueme, even in Immortal Desolate, heavenly rune is very precious, let alone heavenly rune martial spirit. Now, senior sister Yi has reunited with her parents. Qin Yun suddenly feels that this matter is very thorny. He informed Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong about the situation outside. Qin Yun, it is possible that Yi Yaoshue's parents are only on the surface, because they want to go to Ancient Domain through 100 Pagoda Sect. My guess is that after they go to Ancient Domain they will surely make a move. You can warn Yi Yaoxue, Yang Chongtian said. Alright, I will arrange for senior sister Yi to talk with you. Qin Yun stored the pagoda and placed an immortal origin inside for Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian to absorb. Qin Yun took out a sound transmission magic tool and sent sound transmission to Xiao Yueme, asking for the names of Yi Yaoshue's parents. Sure enough, Yi Yaoshue's father is called Yi Guangtian and her mother is called Hua Fengqing. They are elders of transcending Xian Sea region's Yi Shui sect. Yi Shui sect is a formidable sect with dozens of sixth tribulation half-immortals. Their overall strength is on par with 100 Pagoda sect. Brother, big sister Ye's parents want to meet you. Xiao Yueme sent sound transmission to Qin Yun and asked, "Are you coming or not? I won't go for now. Can you bring senior sister Yi back? I have an important matter to discuss with her." Qin Yun is holding a sound transmission magic tool in his hand. His expression is somewhat grave. Alright, Xiao Yueme said. There are a few devil-repelling pearls floating in the sky. They can reduce the impact of evil beasts, but 100 Pagoda sect is just too big. They can't take care of everything. Therefore, 100 Pagoda sect's barrier is very dangerous. Not long after, Yi Yaoxue returned with Xiao Yueme. Yi Yaoxue entered Qin Yun's secret room and grumbled, "Xiao Yun, why don't you go see my parents? Senior sister, have you told your parents about your heavenly rune martial spirit?" Qin Yun's expression is very solemn as he asked. Yi Yaoxue shook her head. Xiao Yueme is also at the side. She knows that Qin Yun is very concerned about Yi Yaoxue, so he is suspecting her parents. Qin Yun took out the small pagoda that imprisoned Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong and yelled, "Yang Chongtian, Zhang Rong, you can speak now." "Yaoxue," Yang Chongtian yelled. Yi Yaoxue is somewhat amazed. She did not expect that Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong would fall into Qin Yun's hands. Soon after, Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong told Yi Yaoxue about what happened back then. Yi Yaoxue sank into silence after hearing this. She bit her lips, looked at Qin Yun and then looked at Xiao Yueme. "Senior sister, you are not stupid. I won't say too much about the matter between you and your parents. I only hope that you will be careful." Qin Yun patted Yi Yaoshue's shoulder and said. Then he let out a long sigh and said, "I also don't know when I will be able to meet my parents again." Xiao Yun, many thanks for your concern. I will be vigilant. Yi Yaoshua said in low voice, her heart is in complete chaos. Originally, it was a very happy thing for her to reunite with her parent. I am sorry I made you sad, Qin Yun said. It's no problem, actually. I asked my master back then, and she never mentioned anything about my parent. I guessed a few things. Yi Yaoshua lightly sighed. Alright, I will go with you to meet them now, Qin Yun said with smile. But, Xiao Yun, you must be careful, don't talk about those things in front of them. Yi Yaoshua nodded. I understand. Qin Yun laughed. Yi Yaoshua's parents are on Su Luan's ship. Qin Yun is not worried, after all Su Luan is there. On the way, he saw the Starry Sky Road. It is a very large broken bridge. After opening the Starry Sky Road, the entrance to Ancient Domain is at the broken bridge. This kind of teleportation method is very ancient. The ancient garden from before also used the same method. But this kind of teleportation method is very powerful. Qin Yun used this kind of teleportation bridge to reach the moon. Su Luan's ship stopped at a spacious and empty area of 100 pagoda sect. Qin Yun followed Yi Yaoshua to a reception room. As soon as he arrived, he saw a handsome and tall middle-aged man, as well as a beautiful married woman wearing white skirt. These two are Yi Yaoshua's parents. Especially that beautiful married woman, she looks very similar to Yi Yaoshua. Youngster Qin Yun greets uncle and aunt. Qin Yun is also very polite as he greeted them. Su Luan, Lu Jiao and others are smiling from the side. Venerable Master Qin's elegant demeanor is truly worthy of your reputation, Yi Guangtian said with straightforward smile. Venerable Master Qin, I am indebted to you for thinking so highly of Xiao Shui. Please take good care of her in the future. Hua Fengqing lightly smiled. Uncle, auntie, senior sister Yi and I are actually just friends. We pretended to be lovers to deceive Yang Chongtian and the others. Now that Yang Chongtian and the others have fallen apart, there is no need to act anymore. I came here especially to explain this matter, Qin Yun said with smile. There are many people in the reception room. There are Su Luan's friends, Yi Shuisek's people, and also a large group of young heroes. Hearing Qin Yun's words, they all burst into commotion. Venerable Master Qin, could it be that you don't like Xiao Shui? Yi Guangtian's expression showed slight anger as he asked. Daddy, Xiao Yun and I are only friends. I was indeed pretending to be with him before. I already told you before. Yi Yaoshua promptly said. That won't do. Even if it is like this, your reputation will be affected. How will you be able to get married in the future? Hua Fengqing lightly groaned and said. That is also daughter's fault. Yi Yaoshua curled her lips and said, It has nothing to do with Xiao Yun. Don't blame him. Venerable Master Qin, this matter is not a small matter. Because I thought that you and Xiao Shui were truly husband and wife, I planned to hold a big wedding after arriving at Ancient Domain. I have already invited many people. How about we go inside and properly discuss this matter? Yi Guangtian said. Qin Yun nodded and said, All right. Xiao Yun. Yi Yaoshua wanted to say something but stopped. Then she sent sound transmission to Qin Yun, telling him to be careful. Qin Yun is not afraid. At worst he can just send out Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian. They are more than enough to deal with Yi Guangtian. When Yi Guangtian entered, Qin Yun saw Hua Fengqing signaling to Yi Guangtian with her eyes. Su Luan and the others are outsiders. It is not good for them to say anything about this matter. They can only arrange a place for them to discuss. There are tables and chairs inside the secret room. After Qin Yun sat down, he said with smile, Uncle, I have already explained the matter between me and senior sister Yi very clearly. Indeed. But now everyone thinks that Xiao Shui is your little wife. No matter how you explain, everyone thinks that you and Xiao Shui are having an affair. Xiao Shui's reputation cannot be restored. You must marry her and hold a big wedding. Yi Guangtian said in cold voice. What if I don't agree? Qin Yun asked. Chapter 1054. Each has his own agenda. Qin Yun knows what Yi Guangtian is plotting. After hearing this, he meant that no matter what, he wanted something from Qin Yun. Yi Guangtian has Yi Yaoshua as his protective talisman, so he is not afraid of Qin Yun's revenge. If I marry senior sister Yi, do I have to give you some betrothal gifts? Qin Yun faintly smiled. He can see through Yi Guangtian's thoughts with just a glance. He is not angry, instead he wants to see Yi Guangtian's true goal. Grandmaster Qin, you really are a smart man. Xiao Shui is so outstanding, she is also worthy to be your woman. As far as I know, you have many wives and concubines by your side, so marrying Xiao Shui wouldn't be a big deal, right? Yi Guangtian laughed. Who told you that I have many wives and concubines by my side? Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. I do have many female friends around me, but that doesn't mean they are all my women. Yi Guangtian said with smile. Venerable Master Qin, you and I are both men, very capable men. It was normal for him to have more women around him. So, I don't care how many women you have, as long as you marry Xiao Shui and give us some benefits. That's not a problem. But I have to discuss this matter with my first wife. Qin Yun was too lazy to explain anything and said, Who's your first wife? Is it that little girl with 2 bundles of hair, or that Xiao Tian? Yi Guangtian asked. My first wife is not here, she is now in Immortal Desolate. Wait until I go to Immortal Desolate, I will discuss it with her. Qin Yun said with smile. It seems that you don't want to marry Xiao Shui, right? Yi Guangtian immediately became furious. He grabbed Qin Yun's collar and said in cold voice, If you don't want to marry her, then compensate her. I didn't say that I won't marry him. I just said that I have to get the approval of my first wife. I can't do anything about it. I am an honest man who is afraid of my wife. If she doesn't nod her head and I marry senior sister Yi, then they will fight frequently in the future. Qin Yun is as calm as before, he said with smile. You said your first wife is in the Immortal Desolate, who are you lying to? Don't tell me she crossed 7th half Immortal Tribulation? Yi Guangtian said with sneer. If you don't believe me, you can ask the people from Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realm. My first wife is truly someone who crossed 7th Tribulation. Back then she followed me to exterminate a place called Wei Long Manor and coincidentally attracted 7th half Immortal Tribulation. Many people saw it. He is talking about Lan Suyao, the woman with powerful sacred pupil. Yi Guangtian let go of Qin Yun and said in cold voice, All right then, we can postpone the wedding, but you can't give us less benefits. He is also somewhat afraid of Qin Yun because the women beside Qin Yun have actually crossed 7th Tribulation. He also knows that Qin Yun is acquainted with many formidable 6th Tribulation half-immortals like Su Lun, River Sun Palace Master, Golden Sun Sect Master, as well as Medicine King Chu, whose name has shaken the entire transcending Xian Sea region. If he angered Qin Yun, he would be rather afraid. Qin Yun also expected that Yi Guangtian wouldn't dare. Just as he guessed, Yi Guangtian and Hua Fengqing only want to use Yi Yaoshua to fish up some benefits from him. What benefits do you want? Asked Qin Yun. Mysterious Penetration Dao Talisman Runes. Yi Guangtian said. Mysterious Penetration Dao Talisman is so precious, I can't give it to you. You should also know that Senior Su suffered disastrous losses in order to obtain the Mysterious Penetration Dao Talisman from me. In the end, he was still unable to obtain it. Qin Yun shook his head. We want the Mysterious Penetration Dao Talisman. Xiao Shui is worth this price. Yi Guangtian yelled. Qin Yun already knew that Yi Guangtian wants to sell his daughter for a good price. How about this, we invite senior sister Yi in and let her participate in this matter. After all, she is the person involved, we should let her know how much she has been sold. Qin Yun said with smile, and then sat down on a chair. He is already used to this kind of matter, he is very experienced in dealing with it. Although he has a smile on his face, he is very angry in his heart. Yi Yaoshua was raised by her maternal grandmother, she has no relationship with this husband and wife. Now that Yi Yaoshua is reunited with this husband and wife, they are very intimate with her. This way they can haggle with Qin Yun. This kind of matter should be discussed by us men. Marriage is an important matter, parents should decide. Yi Guangtian sat down and said, Mysterious penetration Tao talisman's runes are very important to us. So long as you give us the runes, Xiao Shui will be yours from now on. No matter what you do to her, we will not interfere. Qin Yun hates this kind of people very much. He thought for a bit and said again, I can give you the mysterious penetration Tao talisman, but I cannot give it to you for free. But I can't give them for free, I want 10,000 high-quality regent origin stones. Don't think it's too much. Su Luan lost several tens of thousands of high-quality regent origin stones to snatch this rune. Qin Yun saw that Yi Guangtian is about to speak and hastily interrupted him. You have a chance to buy this rune, you must seize it. If it was Senior Su, forget about 10,000, even if it was 100,000, he would be willing. Yi Guangtian pondered with frown. He took out a sound transmission magic tool and sent sound transmission to Yi Shuesek's sect master to discuss this matter. Yi Guangtian can't afford 10,000 regent origin stones. He must use all the resources of his sect. After a while, he said, We can agree to give it to you. But you must keep this matter a secret, you must not tell anyone, not even Xiao Shui. We will also sign a soul contract to prevent you from divulging this matter. Qin Yun said with smile, That's exactly what I want, it is indeed inconvenient to divulge this matter. If Senior Su knows about this, he will definitely scold me. We will sign the soul contract first, then wait for our sect master to arrive, then we will conclude the final transaction. Yi Guangtian said. Soon after, they signed the soul contract, causing Yi Guangtian to smile in relief. Their Yi Shui sect is very good at breaking Ghost Beast Emperor Essence stones, but their technique is far inferior to Qin Yun's mysterious penetration Tao talisman. Now that they have obtained the runes of mysterious penetration Tao talisman, they will be able to obtain a great amount of regent origin stones in the future. After Qin Yun and Yi Guangtian finished their transaction, they left the secret room. Yi Yaoshua is in the living room. She is very worried about Qin Yun. She saw Qin Yun and Yi Guangtian come out and promptly walked over. Yi Guangtian laughed loudly and said, Grandmaster Qin and I were chatting very happily, we were very congenial and almost forgot the time, I made everyone wait for a long time. Qin Yun also nodded and laughed. He did not say anything. Yi Yaoshua felt a lot more relieved, but she still sent sound transmission to Qin Yun to ask what they discussed. Qin Yun did not say anything. After all, they signed the soul contract. Xiao Yueme is also very curious. She promptly sent sound transmission to ask. Qin Yun did not tell them about the transaction. He only told them that Yi Guangtian is not a good person. Seeing Yi Guangtian laughing so happily, Hua Fengqing realized that they have profited greatly from Qin Yun. Su Luan and other old men can also see some clues. They are all old ginger. How can they not see that Yi Guangtian and Hua Fengqing are trying to sell off their daughter? They also know that Yi Guangtian must have profited greatly, that's why he is laughing so happily. Elder Yi, when will Venerable Master Qin and Miss Ye's wedding be held? An old man asked. Venerable Master Qin said that his first wife has already crossed seventh tribulation and is in immortal desolate. He must get his first wife's approval before the wedding. Yi Guangtian chuckled and said, He is afraid of his wife, I understand. Su Luan said in amazement, Venerable Master Qin is truly outstanding, his wife is actually an immortal of immortal desolate. Qin Yun faintly smiled and did not say anything. All the half-immortals present here are also repeatedly exclaiming in admiration. If anyone else said this, they would not believe it. But they believe Qin Yun because Ing Qingyu also boasted about Qin Yun's achievements before. To be able to cross seventh tribulation and be Qin Yun's wife, she must be very young. Such talent is indeed very awesome. Yi Yaoxue also feels that this is very strange. She looked at Xiao Yuemei. She knows that Xiao Yuemei's big sister is Qin Yun's only wife, but she is not an immortal. Xiao Yuemei only stuck out her tongue. She also knows that Qin Yun is swindling people. Qin Yun continued chatting with the half-immortals here. He mainly wants to understand the matters of transcending Xian Sea region and immortal sex. At the same time, he also wants to wait for Yi Shuesek's sect master to arrive. Less than half an hour later, Qin Yun said that he wants to take Yi Kuangtian on a stroll. Then the two of them left Su Luan's ship. Qin Yun followed behind Yi Kuangtian and left Su Luan's ship. He saw a withered black-robed old man. The old man handed over a storage pouch to Qin Yun and said, 10,000 regent origin stones are inside. Where are your things? Qin Yun took out a beast skin and said, the complete set of runes for mysterious penetration Dao talisman. The old man somewhat excitedly took the beast skin and said, you won't dare to play any tricks, you have signed soul contract. Ha ha ha. Alright, the deal is done, goodbye. Qin Yun finished speaking and flew back to Su Luan's ship. Then he brought Xiao Yuemei back. Yi Yaoxue feels that something is amiss. She pretended to cultivate in peace for a few days and followed Qin Yun back. Qin Yun did not say anything on the way. Yi Yaoxue and Xiao Yuemei kept asking him what exactly happened. After returning to Star Traveling Pagoda, Qin Yun brought the two of them to a room and told Zi Qingqing to come out. Before signing the soul contract, Qin Yun informed Zi Qingqing about the matter so that she could inform Yi Yaoxue. So long as Qin Yun does not personally inform others about the matter after signing the soul contract, it will not be considered as violating the soul contract. Zi Qingqing informed Yi Yaoxue, as well as Xiao Yuemei, who is very curious about this matter. Qin Yun, on the other hand, was leisurely drinking tea in the small hall outside the room. After Yi Yaoxue heard Zi Qingqing's report, she angrily slapped the wall and said, truly repulsive. You want to sell me like a commodity? Xiao Yun is really something. How can you sell such precious runes? Moreover, it is only 10,000 high-quality regent origin stones. Xiao Yuemei said with smile, Big Sister Yi, don't be angry. You should know their true colors now, right? Senior Sister Yi lightly sighed and said, no matter what, they are my birth parents. Why are my parents so despicable? It is also my fault for making Xiao Yun suffer such a great loss. Chapter 1055. Star Path completed. Why do you say that? Yi Yaoxue is somewhat confused. In short, the people of the Night Snow sect are unable to produce the real mysterious penetration Dao talisman. Xiao Yuemei charmingly smiled, pulled Yi Yaoxue's lily-white hand and said, Big Sister Yi, your father sold you to my brother, you are now my brother's woman. But your brother doesn't like me. Yi Yaoxue lightly angrily said, that guy did not give me any face at all, he actually exposed the matter of me acting with him in front of everyone, causing everyone to think that he dislikes me. Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile, who told you to act shamelessly when you lost to him? Now you regret it, right? Zi Qingqing giggled and said, I'm going back. She opened the door and arrived beside Qin Yun. Qin Yun rubbed her face, and then she returned to the Nine-Sun Divine Soul. Xiao Yun, I'm sorry. I was overwhelmed with happiness. I will definitely pay attention to them in the future. I have also been sold to you, I have nothing to do with them. Yi Yaoxue said in low voice. Xiao Yuemei charmingly smiled and said, my brother did not lose out. After all, this is a great beauty. If he doesn't want you, I want you. I will go find Boss Ye. Qin Yun shook his head and smiled, then left Star Traveling Pagoda. Everyone thought that as long as they obtained the runic patterns of the Profound Penetration Tao Talisman, they would be able to create the real Profound Penetration Tao Talisman. In fact, this was a grave mistake. The core of the Mysterious Penetration Tao Talisman was the power of the Mysterious Penetration Divine Art. Divine ability martial souls were usually unique. Only Xiao Yueme could replicate it with a mirror. Xiao Yuelan's mysterious martial spirit can also imitate all kinds of energy. Therefore, Xiao Yueme and Xiao Yuelan released the power of the Mysterious Penetration Divine Ability martial spirit. Other than that, only Qin Yun could release it. As for the people of the Night Snow Gate, only by grasping the power of the Mysterious Penetration Divine Ability could they create the true Mysterious Penetration Tao Talisman. When Qin Yun signed the contract, he only said that he would provide the runes needed to craft the Mysterious Penetration Tao Talisman. He did not say anything else, so it can't be considered as violating the contract. On the first floor of the Divine Sword Pagoda, there was a very spacious training field. Xie Wufeng and Murong Tianjia are fighting inside the barrier of the training grounds. Jian Nanhu, Jian Meng, Jian Lang, Murong Changwu and Murong Yue are all here. Especially Jian Nanhu and the others, they all worship Xie Wufeng very much. Because they were both sword cultivators, Xie Wufeng was extremely terrifying. Murong Darren said with smile, "If Boss Xie becomes peak martial emperor, his strength will be even more terrifying." Jian Nanhu sighed and said, "I am a disciple of the Jian family, but in terms of sword Dao cultivation, I am far inferior to Boss Xie." Mu Rongjun laughed and said, "When I was traveling with Boss Xie, he was far inferior to me. The reason why he can become so strong now is also because of his hard work." "Brother Ren, so you're actually this powerful?" Jian Nanhu looked at Murong Darren in surprise. Murong Changwu and Murong Yue are also amazed. They all knew that Murong Darren, Xie Wufeng and Qin Yun were sworn brothers. Qin Yun and Xie Wufeng are inconceivably powerful. Their strength is obvious to all. However, no one had ever seen Murong Darren's strength before. They didn't even know what martial spirit he had. Of course, back then, me, Boss Xie, little brother Yun and old third Hua were all super geniuses whose names shook a region. Naturally, the most capable one was little brother Yun, the soul refining inscription master. He was our all-purpose equipment warehouse. Murong Darren recalled and said, "Although I was ranked second among the brothers, I was the main attacker. My strength was also the strongest." Murong Changwu said with expression of envy, "Brother Ren, I did not expect that not only are you handsome, your strength is also so great." Murong Darren laughed in self-mockery. "Because I was too handsome, I encountered some problems later on that caused my strength to regress. Luckily little brother Yun and Boss Xie are very hard-working, otherwise we brothers would not be able to meet here." Jian Meng curiously asked, "Brother Ren, why did your strength regress because you were handsome?" "It's not a big deal. It's all a matter of love. I was too handsome and was fancied by the granddaughter of a formidable sixth tribulation half-immortal. But what kind of person am I, Murong Darren? I attach great importance to love, I would rather die than submit. Finally I was captured and locked up for a period of time." Murong Darren let out a long sigh and said, "Finally, that woman saw that she could not obtain my heart and asked her grandfather to let me go." Murong Changwu sighed in admiration and said, "Brother Ren, it turns out that you are also a person who is infatuated with love," Murong Yue said with smile. "Brother Ren, on this point, Venerable Master Qin cannot compare to you." Jian Nanhu patted Murong Darren's shoulder and said with smile, "As expected of a kindred spirit, if we want to become strong, we shouldn't mess around with love. Loneliness is my brother, loneliness is my lover. Ha ha ha. Why would a strong person want a woman? If they waste their energy on women, How can they become strong? Murong Daran said with smile. Great minds think alike. Of course, don't look at how dissolute little brother Yun is. He actually has a lot of troubles on his mind. Otherwise he would have already become a half-immortal. Of course, he is tied down by women. Jian Nanhu said. Jian Nanhu, in order to become strong, I am destined to be alone for the rest of my life. I don't want women. Murong Changwu said with smile. Ahu, your awareness is very high. Jian Mang suddenly said. Qin Yun has arrived. It seems like he arrived very early. Murong Daran's expression slightly changed. He was bragging very much just now. He promptly looked all around. Sure enough, he saw Qin Yun is at a corner, looking at Xie Wufeng and Murong Tianjia fighting inside the barrier. Murong Daran said with smile. Old brother Yun, you truly come and go like a ghost. Qin Yun said with smile. Second brother Murong, long time no see, you actually became so infatuated with love? Back then, Murong Daran was always thinking about those senior sisters and teachers, relying on his mouth that can break the heavens. He went everywhere to flirt with flowers and grass. Qin Yun walked over and said, In a few days, the Starry Sky Road will be finished. When we go to Ancient Domain, it will be hard to say what will happen there. Grandfather also said that. Murong Yue nodded and said, When the time comes, we will be doubly careful. Xie Wufeng and Murong Tianjia stopped fighting seeing Qin Yun arrive. Boss Xie, I want to talk to you alone. Qin Yun said. Alright. Xie Wufeng wiped his sweat and nodded. Xie Wufeng brought Qin Yun to a room. Qin Yun took out a box and handed it over to Xie Wufeng. Xie Wufeng took it and asked, What is this thing? If you put Regent Origin stones inside, they will release energy very quickly. This is much better than 9 condensation Dao talisman. Qin Yun said with smile. Old brother Yun, are you not going to enter Ancient Domain with us? Xie Wufeng thought of something and hastily asked. Of course I will. But after I enter, I have my own matters to take care of. Moreover, I want to return to transcending Xian Sea region later, so I don't know when we can meet again. Maybe we will all be immortals of immortal desolate at that time. Qin Yun sighed with deep emotion. I am your big brother, I have never helped you. On the other hand, you have helped me a lot. Xie Wufeng said with some guilt. Boss Xie, if you did not save me back then, I would not be here today. Qin Yun looked at Xie Wufeng's arm and said with smile. You really don't want to let your arm grow back? Xie Wufeng laughed and said. When people fight me, they always think that my broken arm is full of flaws. That is why I always cheat many people. After losing my arm for so many years, I am already used to it. Moreover, this is also a kind of mental cultivation for me. There will be many unpredictable things in Ancient Domain. Boss Xie, it would be best if you follow Pagoda Master Shun closely. Also, be on guard against 9 Sun sects and other sects of transcending Xian Sea region. Qin Yun said. Why is that? Transcending Xian Sea region's people seem to be very good-natured. Moreover, they respect you very much. Xie Wufeng said with frown. They respect me, but it is only on the surface. Among those old guys, there are less than 10 who truly respect me. Everyone else is plotting against me. Qin Yun said with smile. Therefore, once I go to Ancient Domain, it is very likely that they will bite back at me or attack 100 Pagoda sect. Pagoda Master also said the same thing to me before. Xie Wufeng said with sigh. It is truly hard to fathom a person's heart. Just get used to it. Qin Yun said. Old Third Hua is truly desperate. He has been in seclusion all this time, it is very difficult to see him. So long as we are alive, we will meet again. Xie Wufeng patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with smile. Take care of yourself. Qin Yun nodded and then left the Divine Sword Pagoda. He returned to Star Picking Pavilion and placed a Starry Sky teleportation formation here. Once he arrives at Ancient Domain, He can teleport from Ancient Domain to Star-Traveling Pagoda and then teleport from Star-Picking Pavilion to Star-Traveling Pagoda. If everything goes smoothly, he can even go back and forth to Ancient Domain. But only if everything goes smoothly. Qin Yun doesn't dare to guarantee that there will be no problem with such a long-distance teleportation. He has never tried it before. Next few days, Qin Yun stayed inside Star-Traveling Pagoda, waiting for the Starry Sky Road to be finished. Yi Yaoxue also used seclusion as an excuse and did not go out. On the contrary, Yi Guangtian came a few times to ask about the mysterious penetration Dao talisman they crafted but can't use it. Qin Yun did not go to see Yi Guangtian because he has already obtained 10,000 Regent Origin Stones. 100 Pagoda Sex Barrier has been reinforced and can continue to hold for a period of time. Finally, the Starry Sky Road has been completed inside the barrier of 100 Pagoda Sect, which is surrounded by large number of giant beasts. After the Starry Sky Road opened, 9 Sun Sects people informed everyone and went in first. 100 Pagoda Sects people also boarded their pagoda's large ship and flew towards the Starry Sky Road at the end of the broken bridge. These past few days, everyone has been very scared in their hearts. They were worried that the barrier wouldn't be able to hold on. Now that the Starry Sky Road has been opened, everyone is rushing to enter. 9 Sun Sects already collected a great amount of toll fee from other sects in transcending Xianxi region. 100 Pagoda Sect also obtained a great amount of toll fee. Qin Yun, Granny Star and others are sitting on Shin Beijian's large ship. Star-Traveling Pagoda only has a few dozen people. Starry Sky Road is one way. After entering, there is no way to return. Qin Yun is inside the cabin. Even though his eyes are closed, he can still feel the moment he crosses space. After entering Ancient Domain, the large ship began fiercely shaking. It seems like it has hit something. Boom, boom, boom. Wave after wave of tyrannical energy suddenly vibrated and arrived. Chapter 1056. Holy Section Beijian and others hastily went out to understand the situation to avoid being affected. Qin Yun came out of his cabin and saw that many large ships have already landed on the ground. There are all kinds of tall green mountains all around. There is a very large sun in the sky, as well as several tens of large stars that can be seen. In the distance there are wreckage of several large ships. Many Sixth Tribulation half-immortals attacked each other and destroyed their ship. At this time, Su Luan sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. Venerable Master Qin, rest assured, my flame sun Heavenly Mountain will protect your 100 Pagoda Sect. Soon after, River Sun Palace and Golden Sun Sects people also sent sound transmission to Qin Yun, saying that they will not let other transcending Xianxi regions sects attack 100 Pagoda Sect. Their ships can also be seen flying over to join hands with 100 Pagoda Sects ship. Earlier, the 8-9 Sun Sects had already reached an agreement that they would join forces after arriving at the Ancient Domain. Qin Yun is now a lot more relaxed. He was indeed worried that they would be besieged by those sects from transcending Xianxi region. There are many sects in transcending Xianxi region. They have been in transcending Xianxi region for so many years. It is inevitable that there will be some conflict. There are even some sects that have a blood feud with each other. They did not attack 100 Pagoda Sect before because they were worried that they would not be able to enter the Starry Sky Road. Now that they have arrived at Ancient Domain, they can no longer bear it and started fighting one after another. Those 8-9 Sun Sects also did not try to stop them. They also want to see transcending Xianxi regions sects fight to the death. Otherwise, if so many sects of transcending Xianxi region joined hands, they would be a very powerful force that could threaten the 9 Sun Sect. Yu Shutian is standing beside Qin Yun, looking at all kinds of stars in the sky. She is the Star Fairy Princess. She is very curious about all kinds of stars. Now she has also discovered something. Xiao Tian, what is it? Yi Yaoshua asked in low voice. Those stars in the sky are not originally there. Yu Shutian said. There are more than 10 moon-sized stars in the sky. They have all kinds of colors, some of them even change color. This kind of phenomenon has never been seen in 9 suns before. These stars are very close to the ground, that is why they look so big. Yu Shutian said again. It feels like there is some kind of power controlling these stars. Suddenly, a large group of experts flew out of the 9 Suns Sect's ship. An incomparably powerful aura instantly spread out. All the people from the sects were terrified, because that was the hidden power of the 9 Sun Sects, a group of extremely terrifying 6th Tribulation half-immortals. Qin Yun's expression suddenly changed. Many powerful people are approaching. Shin Beijian, Jian family's 7 sword old ancestors, as well as a large group of sword cultivators summoned their origin swords and released extremely dreadful sword power. Ancient region has a long history, there must be many powerful sections. At this time, these local powerful forces were rushing over. In order to not be suppressed by the local forces, they had to unite. Qin Yun was unable to intervene in such matters. All he could do was watch quietly. The imposing aura rushing over from all direction is far stronger than the aura of 9 Sun Sects and 100 Pagoda Sects. In just a short while, 9 Sun Sects' side has been suppressed. Everyone could clearly sense that there were 7 different auras. Although his aura was strong, he didn't seem to have any hostility. We are the 7 great holy sects of ancient domain. We welcome everyone who has successfully escaped from the 9 desolate. A crisp and clear voice reverberated through the sky. Everyone who can come here must be the outstanding talents of Spirit Desolate. There is no harm in joining our 7 great holy sects. Our 7 great holy sects are the strongest human faction in ancient domain. We have come here to invite you to join our 7 great holy sects. If you want to directly enter our sects, you must first reach the cultivation requirement. For women, the lowest cultivation is Peak Martial King. For men, Peak Martial Emperor. If you meet the cultivation requirement, you won't need to take the test. You can freely choose to join our 7 great holy sects. Everyone from Spirit Desolate heard these words and began to ponder over it. Many people feel that if a local power was willing to accept them, it would be a pretty good thing. After all, ancient domain has many ancient martial arts inheritance. If they join these ancient domain's formidable powers, they will be able to learn a lot of knowledge. Those who don't meet the requirement can choose to take the test or leave, the voice said again. Soon after, golden mist floated over from all direction. A large group of people arrived from all direction on clouds and mist, surrounding the heaven and earth. It seems like these 7 great holy sects want to force people to join them. Qin Yun looked all around and discovered that there is a place that is not surrounded. He can leave from there. Those who don't meet the requirement can leave from there. At this time, a half-immortal flew towards the exit but was beaten back. River Sun Palace Master said in clear voice, "Must I join you?" "Indeed. This is beneficial to both of us." An old man said from far away, "Ancient domain situation is far more complicated than you can imagine. Only by joining us will you be safe here. Our 7 great holy sects each have their own merits. Later we will send people to give you a brief introduction of each great holy sect so that you can understand us and then choose which great holy sect to join." A woman said. River Sun Palace Master sent sound transmission to other sect masters. After discussing, he said, "All right. We are willing to cooperate. We also hope that you won't treat us like slaves. So long as you join our sect, we will be fellow sect members." An old man said with smile. Xiao Yuemei said to Qin Yun in low voice, "Brother, I also want to join a great holy sect. I don't want to wander around with you for now." Qin Yun pinched her face and said with smile, "You fickle little girl, All right, I believe that you will definitely be able to take care of yourself. Yi Yaoshua said. Xiao Yun, are you leaving? Qin Yun nodded and said, Senior sister, take care of yourself properly, I am leaving. After speaking, Qin Yun put on a mask and flew towards a direction where there is no one blocking. When he flew over, he also saw that there were many people from the holy sects flying around in all directions, tightly blocking off the surroundings. If a nine-sun sect's half-immortal wants to fly away, he will surely be discovered. Qin Yun is flying towards that direction, but he is also being watched. Great holy sects people used their tools to determine that Qin Yun is not a peak martial emperor and let him leave. Qin Yun only bid farewell to Shin Beijian and others before leaving. Su Luan and others don't know about this. Qin Yun went to find Su Luan and asked for 20,000 high-quality Regent Origin stones. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain doesn't have much money, so they didn't give all the Regent Origin stones to Qin Yun in one go. Qin Yun is the first person to leave. There are many people who don't meet the requirements to directly enter the Great Holy Sect, but they all chose to stay and take the assessment. Their strength is very low in this place, and they are not familiar with the ancient domain. If they directly leave, it will be very dangerous. A middle-aged man guarding the exit looked at Qin Yun's back and said with sneer, That guy is only a mid-stage martial emperor, yet he dares to recklessly rush in here. When the time comes, he won't even know how he died. Mid-stage martial emperor, if his skill is not bad, he can also become our outer sect disciple. He actually left just like that. He is truly not afraid of death. Indeed, our great holy sects are orthodox famous sects. Could it be that he thinks that we will eat people? Some great holy sects people shook their heads and laughed. Qin Yun is also very curious about great holy sects, but he has more important things to do. He must find the Nether Sun Spirit, so he is in a hurry to leave. He also knows that there are many dangers in this ancient domain, but he is not afraid at all. Qin Yun is flying above a large mountain range. He is flying along a large river below. After he is far away from those people, he arrived at the waist of a mountain, entered a mountain crack, and took out the immortal graveyard diagram. Sister Kiru, I have arrived at the ancient domain. Tell me the location of the Nether Sun Spirit. Qin Yun said. What is the situation in the ancient domain? Are there any other hidden dangers? Siekiru asked. I don't know much about the ancient domain. Qin Yun informed Siekiru about the Great Holy Sect. Alright, you must be very careful. The situation in the ancient domain is very bad. I will use the immortal graveyard diagram to sense the location of the Nether Sun Spirit. Siekiru said. Not long after, Qin Yun found the direction of the immortal graveyard diagram. He flew to the sky and flew towards the direction of the immortal graveyard diagram. He discovered that there is a huge black celestial body in the sky. This black celestial body is a lot bigger than the moon in Spirit Desolate. Moreover, its surface is emitting black gas. Could it be on that black celestial body? Qin Yun stored away the immortal graveyard diagram and looked at the huge black celestial body. In the sky of the ancient domain, there are dozens of celestial bodies that do not move, only the sun moves. Therefore, that huge black celestial body is also guiding Qin Yun. Qin Yun is flying in the sky. It is very quiet along the way. There is no 9 sun power here, only very dense star power. He did not hide his aura mainly because it is very peaceful all around. 2 hours later, Qin Yun has been flying for a very long time. Just as he is about to rest, the ground suddenly trembled. He looked at the ground and saw a large mountain forest below suddenly collapse. A huge golden tortoise drilled out of the ground. After the golden tortoise drilled out, its body flickered with golden light and then turned into a huge golden light ball. Qin Yun has seen incomparably huge sea beasts in transcending Xian Sea region. And now there are such huge beasts on the continent. This caused Qin Yun to be very amazed. This huge beast is hiding on the ground. With one flip, it caused several hundred mountains to collapse. The golden light ball wrapped around the huge tortoise gradually became smaller and smaller until it became a very small ball. It transformed into a human. Qin Yun said in his heart. Sure enough, a short and small old man with a golden tortoise shell on his back appeared below. Hur! The old man flew in front of Qin Yun. Chapter 1057. Chapter 1057. Golden Turtle. Great Immortal. Qin Yun jumped in fright when he saw how big the golden turtle is. But now, this so-called golden turtle, great immortal in human form, is just SOSO. Moreover, he is carrying a turtle shell on his back. It is very comical. Golden turtle, great immortal? What the hell is this? I have never heard of you. Qin Yun probed the golden turtle great immortal's strength and found it very funny. This golden turtle great immortal is not even a half immortal, yet he calls himself a great immortal. Ignorant brat, your grandfather, I, golden turtle great immortal, am an ancient era's beast emperor whose name shakes the surrounding 10,000 li. You don't even recognize me? Golden turtle great immortal furiously said, Do you know fear now? What is there to be afraid of? Qin Yun curled his lips and said, I am in a hurry, I won't talk nonsense with you. Goodbye. Qin Yun finished speaking and began flying towards the Black Star. Although Golden Turtle Great Immortal is a 10,000-year-old turtle, his speed is not slow at all. He arrived in front of Qin Yun in a flash. The golden turtle shell on his back suddenly flew out. Qin Yun saw a golden light flickering in the sky and sensed that something is covering him. He is surrounded by golden light all around him. Ha ha ha! Golden Turtle Great Immortal howled in laughter. You want to run after meeting me? Dream on! So it was Golden Turtle Great Immortal who made his turtle shell fly out and cover Qin Yun inside. Boom! The huge turtle shell smashed on the ground, causing the earth to fiercely shake. Qin Yun also saw Golden Turtle Great Immortal inside the turtle shell. Old turtle, I don't have time to deal with you. Qin Yun finished speaking. His eyes emitted white light. He used his sacred eye to look at the inside of the turtle shell and then turned his body into white light. He arrived in a flash and unleashed mysterious penetration divine ability. What caused him to be shocked is that mysterious penetration divine ability is unable to bring him out. Golden Turtle Great Immortal is somewhat amazed. His old eyes flickered with radiance as he laughed loudly and said, Human brat, you are quite strong. I actually misjudged you. Qin Yun is very anxious to fly towards the Black Star, but now that he is blocked, he can only stop and fight. There is no enmity between us. Why are you blocking me? Qin Yun helplessly sighed. He doesn't want to fight. Not only is it a waste of time, it also consumes his energy. It's your fault that you don't know me. As long as the people in the vicinity saw me, they would respectfully call me Golden Turtle Great Immortal. But you are so rude to me, it is your fault. Golden Turtle Great Immortal laughed loudly and said. Qin Yun felt very uncomfortable being trapped in the tortoise shell. He took out the saber refined from beast horn bone. He temporarily named this saber the Ninth Heaven Mystic King Saber. This saber was equivalent to a monarch weapon, and it was refined by the Ninth Heaven Sparrow. Golden Turtle Great Immortal said with sneer, You want to fight me? From the looks of it, you should have just advanced to Martial Emperor. You actually want to fight me? You should know that I am a peak Martial Emperor and I have lived for many years. Forget about you, even 10 peak Martial Emperors would not dare to attack me. You have lived for so long, yet you are still peak Martial Emperor. Just based on this, I can tell that you're a fake. A guy like you who doesn't even dare to cross the half-immortal tribulation, what's there to be afraid of? Qin Yun waved the saber. He has refined this saber but has never used it before. Now he finally has the opportunity to test it out. You. What did you just say? Golden Turtle Great Immortal immediately shouted. He is so angry that he is blowing his beard. This old man has never been spoken to like this before. I said that you are a fake, a coward who doesn't dare to cross the half-immortal tribulation. Qin Yun laughed. But there is nothing strange about this. After all, you are just an old turtle who hides in his shell. Wretched brat, I will pinch you to death. Golden Turtle Great Immortal flew into a rage. He ferociously rushed towards Qin Yun. His withered old hand's fingernails flickered with cold light. They are very sharp and pointed as he tried to grab Qin Yun's face. Qin Yun is not far from Golden Turtle Great Immortal. He thought that Golden Turtle Great Immortal's speed would not be very fast. He did not expect that his attack would be even faster than Su Xiaoba's. This guy's speed is not much slower than Su Xiaoba's. Could it be that ancient domain's peak martial emperors are this strong? Qin Yun is secretly alarmed. He used passing shadow extinction breath step and dodged the attack. If he was an initial stage martial emperor, he would not have dared to dodge because his speed was not high enough. Even if he dodged the first attack, he would not be able to dodge the second. But now he is a mid-stage martial emperor. His speed has increased a lot compared to before. After dodging the Golden Turtle Great Immortal's sinister and swift claw, he also quickly brandished his saber. Golden Turtle Great Immortal did not expect that a mid-stage martial emperor human like Qin Yun would be so fast. Not only did he easily dodge his attack, he even hacked his saber at an inconceivable speed. Although Qin Yun's saber is half-finished, it has been refined with a bit of Immortal King Beast Horn, so it is very sturdy. It can absorb very strong energy and maintain stability. This saber hack contains Qin Yun's formidable martial emperor Xian power, as well as the power of Heavenly Might Dao technique. Heavenly Might Vast and Mighty. Qin Yun directly used the formidable Heavenly Might Dao technique. Although he has only comprehended first layer, Heavenly Might Vast and Mighty has greatly amplified his power. Boom! A golden turtle shell shield suddenly appeared in Golden Turtle Great Immortal's hand and blocked Qin Yun's ferocious saber. A loud sound reverberated inside the turtle shell. Berserk Heavenly Might aura shook all directions. It is as vast and mighty as a dragon. The ferocious aura is like overturning rivers and churning seas. It is whistling and surging violently. Although Golden Turtle Great Immortal blocked the saber, the turtle shell in his hand has been shattered and his blood and qi churned inside his body. This little demon, how can he be so dreadful? Golden Turtle Great Immortal is extremely shocked. While he is startled, Qin Yun has already arrived and hacked down with his saber. Qin Yun's saber is stronger than the previous one, however. He did not manage to hack down smoothly, because the turtle shell suddenly trembled and flickered with golden light. Qin Yun sensed a burst of tyrannical beast power rushing towards him. He can only withdraw his power. In the blink of an eye, he was shaken away by the turtle shell. The Golden Turtle Great Immortal put away his strongest turtle shell. The turtle shell shield in Golden Turtle Great Immortal's hand is flickering with golden light. Moreover, a burst of tyrannical might is flowing on its surface. Little demon, you dare to be so savage in front of your grandpa turtle? You must be tired of living. Golden Turtle Great Immortal's confidence increased a lot after storing his turtle shell, and he furiously rebuked. Qin Yun held his saber with one hand and moved forward in a flash. His speed has already reached the limit. Golden Turtle Great Immortal only saw a flash before his eyes, and then a burst of tyrannical power arrived with terrifying aura. Boom! Qin Yun's saber fell, the earth trembled and screeched. Everything within a radius of several hundred li instantly split open. Rocks and soil rushed up from the ground and turned into a mud fountain. It is a very spectacular scene. Golden Turtle Great Immortal is extremely shocked in his heart. Although he blocked Qin Yun's saber, he still felt an incomparably great pressure and blood flowed out from the corner of his mouth. Qin Yun's saber landed on the turtle shell and he was sent flying. His hand holding the saber is slightly numb and painful. This old turtle shell is really motherfucker hard. Qin Yun cursed in his heart. He tightly held the ninth heaven mysterious king's saber and prepared to attack again. But at this time, Golden Turtle Great Immortal suddenly yelled, "Little friend, we don't get to know each other without fighting. There is no enmity between us, there is no need to fight to the death. Let's just forget about it." "Forget about it," Qin Yun loudly roared and rushed over. Qin Yun also said the same thing earlier, but Golden Turtle Great Immortal relied on his high cultivation and did not want to let Qin Yun go. Seeing Qin Yun attack, Golden Turtle Great Immortal's fear is written all over his old face. "Big brother, spare me! This lowly one knows his mistake." Golden Turtle Great Immortal knelt down on the ground with a thud and kowtowed towards Qin Yun. His forehead is on the ground and his whole body is shivering. "You are truly a turtle hiding in its shell." Qin Yun coldly groaned and said, "With your cowardly appearance, don't even think about crossing half a mortal tribulation in your entire life. Big brother is right, please spare this lowly one." Golden Turtle Great Immortal begged, "Let me off this time. It is all because my old eyes are blurry, I misjudged you." Qin Yun took out a black pill, handed it over and said, "Eat this pill and I will spare you." Golden Turtle Great Immortal looked at the swarthy black pill and cannot help but shiver from head to toe. "Big brother, what is this?" "Relax, it is not poisonous. If I wanted to kill you, I would not waste my precious poison pill on you. I can easily kill you with a few saber strikes," Qin Yun said with sneer. Golden Turtle Great Immortal doesn't dare to say anything. He took the pill and swallowed it. After he swallowed it, the pill quickly melted and no longer has any other effect. "Big brother, what is the effect of that pill?" Golden Turtle Great Immortal asked in fear. "That pill is very mystical. Every year you will suffer so much pain that you would rather die than live. Only I have the antidote. If you don't listen to me, don't even think about obtaining the antidote. Every year you will suffer for a few days," Qin Yun said with good-natured smile. Golden Turtle Great Immortal wants to cry but has no tears. He knows that he is completely under Qin Yun's control. "From now on, you are my old servant. You can call me young master." Qin Yun helped Golden Turtle Great Immortal up and said with smile, "Young master, I have been asleep for many years. I am now very hungry. Can you allow me to go find some food?" Golden Turtle Great Immortal has accepted his fate and said, "You said you want to eat me, are you serious?" Qin Yun said with smile, "No, no, no, young master, you are too small, you are not even enough to fill the gap between my teeth." Golden Turtle Great Immortal said with bitter smile, "My body is very big, I need to eat a lot of things, especially since I have been asleep for so many years." Golden Turtle Great Immortal cursed his bad luck in his heart. He feels that if he is full, he will be able to defeat Qin Yun. Qin Yun did not expect that Golden Turtle Great Immortal would fight on an empty stomach. He finds it very funny. "Acting cool in front of me will get you struck by lightning," Qin Yun said with smile in his heart. "Young master, there is a 10,000-year-old wild boar over there. It is very strong, I hope young master can help it," Golden Turtle Great Immortal said. "Alright, let's go take a look. I have just broken through and this saber has also just been refined, I will give it a try." Qin Yun waved the saber in his hand. Golden Turtle Great Immortal became even more depressed. He did not expect to run into this kind of human. "It's over there, I will bring young master over," Golden Turtle Great Immortal yelled while pointing. Just as they were about to go over, Qin Yun suddenly yelled, "Some people are approaching." You're tuning in to the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.